Hey! Welcome to the stream! How's everyone doing tonight?
Hello, I see that Legends is on and you like it. Played a Thief's Fortune last night. Great game with cool card combos. Hey Beyond Dead, hey Atticus!
Welcome! We're playing Res Arcana tonight. This will be our first time we've ever played it. So usually we have a practice round beforehand.
Not today!
How are you guys been doing? Did you guys get any, did you get any games played over the weekend?
Yeah, or just how are you doing? What did you do today? What was the best part of your day? What would be the best part of your day?
Dancing with our baby. Because they were a bit fussy and...
They really like the what is it?
What was the playlist you put on?
Retro pop Spotify playlist.
And then he got real quiet and then like wanted to dance and he was laughing really hard. So that was definitely a highlight for me for today.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm trying to think of mine. Hopefully chat will share the best part of their day. Or not even the best part, but like a good part of your day. I found a really fun cooking channel on the food and drink channel of Twitch, which I've just discovered, and it's been a fun find. It just makes me way too hungry though.
It's a little dangerous. Beyond Us, it was considered retro these days.
That's true. I was actually thinking, because there were a couple of older songs like Sade, which I grew up listening to. I don't know if what I listen to is technically retro, but my parents really like her music. But I think it's more about how it sounds. Like it's funny because retro in that playlist, like definition, is just kind of songs that sound a little bit 70s and 80s. But yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know. Also, like, I think there is a specific term for retro, but people just throw it out as, like, older. Older without using the word oldies, but I like oldies.
Yeah. When does oldies cut off? Yeah. Good questions. Legend DM said they got to play Batman Who Laughs Rising, Unmatched, and A Thief's Fortune this weekend for board game. That's a good board game weekend. That's a great board game. We actually only played Oceans, which we did on stream, which was very, very fun. We got to do it for Tabletop Live Network, which was our first time, which was just such a wild ride. Experienced anything like that before, so it was super exciting to do.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
And what characters did you play in Unmatched Legends? And today I printed 15 pages of a free print and play I found out from Duchess. That's cool. Nice. I recently found it's still being play tested, but there's a company called Cherry Picked Games that developed or published Far Away, who are from our area, from Seattle area, and they have a really fun board game coming out that they're playtesting, and it's a game about petting dogs. So you are the theme is that you are someone who you don't have any dogs, but you're going to a pub and there are dogs that your goal is to pet as many dogs as possible at the pub because you don't have a dog. And you're competing with your friends, and basically the person who wins has the most hand to dog contact. And I really want to play. Andrew helped me find it on Tabletop Simulator. There's also a print and play version. I'm trying to figure out which. I guess we would probably try print and play, or not the print and play, but the Tabletop Simulator thing. It's
still being play tested, so if we printed it, we'd have to print it again at some point. So probably just TTS. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But Beyond Dead says I'm thinking things from when they were in high school, pre-2000s.
Oh, yeah.
For retro. Yeah, I think that could be considered retro now in the 90s.
Yeah.
I think of it as at least at 80s, but maybe that's just
because you were in high school.
That was retro when I was in high school, so I don't know.
Retro being
Team Save Bonita. Daryl with an R, what's up?
Hey, Daryl with an R. Was it from Beluga Bliss Games? Is what Atticus is asking. I love that emote, Daryl with an R. I've seen you use it before. I'm curious about what streamer it's from. Yeah. I played Little Red Riding Hood, and she has some great combos for her basket, and I killed Bigfoot in Unmatched. I love like just hearing that statement of Little Red Riding Hood killed Bigfoot. Atticus played Rocketman solo while I watched your Oceans game. Oh, awesome!
Oh, great.
Rocketman. Do you know that game?
I'm trying to imagine it right now. Rocketman.
Can you jog Andrew's
I think
memory?
I can picture the cover of it. I haven't played it.
Actually, Andrew's gonna
I'm
look
gonna
it
look
up.
it up here.
Legend says the print and play is a game where you are a warrior, wizard, rogue, and you have a dog you need to name. But a monster snatches your dog, and you need to go to 10 rooms. It is Beluga Bliss Games. It's one of Twitch Pride 2020 emotes. Oh, very cool. Given out June 2020. There are a bunch of them, but that one is a great one. I love that emote's energy.
Rocketman is a new game, 2021.
Ooh, Andrew's looking it up. Andrew's looking up Rocketman right now. We're trying out a new setup.
It's running really slow though, for some reason.
We're trying out a new setup where we have.
It's a Martin Wallace game.
Who does?
He did Brass.
Oh, okay.
Among many other games, yeah.
Nice.
Looks cool.
How did you like Rocketman, Atticus? Oh, there it is. Martin Wallace game, deck builder with shooting rockets into space. It's fun, but I wish its name was different. Yeah, maybe the name doesn't really fit the tone of the game. Sometimes that's how I feel about the TV show Battlestar Galactica. It's unfortunate name, and all the jokes around the office make people maybe underestimate how good it is. We really loved it.
Yeah.
Andrew has rewatched it probably 3 times because he's always showing people. He watched it in college and then he showed it to me.
And I don't really rewatch shows very often.
I'm a rewatcher. I don't know if any of you are rewatchers or if Andrew's definitely, you want to watch new things. You don't really want to rewatch. And I think it's comforting to rewatch the same thing over and over.
And then, Rocket People. I don't like the name men in it. I want all people to feel welcome. Very, very true. Yeah. It's not an inclusive name. And also, if it's talking about Rocketman, if it was maybe set in like the 50s, and it was like a retro Rocket Man type thing,
it would make sense.
Might make a little bit more sense. But from the
setting,
art, it seemed like it's a future thing. So it's like, why not just like.
Yeah, Rocket Men.
Space Knots.
Or like it, I think of the song, or I think of, it doesn't really like, I don't know, like not trigger the imagination, but it could be a little bit more enticing for more people.
Martin Wallace has a great zombie game, but can't think of the name. Cover of the box would make me not want to buy it, but it's great.
Yeah, actually Eric Lang had a great tweet a while ago where he's saying like, all the people who are saying box art doesn't matter, like you don't like. I don't think
it tells you exactly who the game's for. Basically. Oh, Australia. I've seen the cover of that one before. Martin Wallace is a designer I have not really explored too much.
Other than
we have Brass and we played it once and it didn't go great. I enjoyed it enough to keep trying, and I know how well people love it, so I want to try it again. But our first playthrough, it was like early pandemic. It was actually about this time last year, and it was on Tabletop Simulator, and the Tabletop Simulator implementation was really challenging for a couple of the players to navigate that were doing it. Whatever their setup was, I think they might have been using a trackpad or something, and they just struggled through the whole thing, and that just kind of made it, and which just slowed the whole game down in general, and people just weren't having fun when they were playing it. So and I would like to try it again because I know how beloved it is. So
well, and you said too, you guys were new to Tabletop Simulator, so you like everyone still hadn't figured out probably what are the better games to play versus the like not as good ones. But yeah.
it was a bit fiddly for what it was at the time. I don't know if there was a better version now with some automation, but also one of the best parts of Brass, Lancashire or Birmingham, the new versions, is the components, and we weren't playing with those components. It was like a digital version of it, but I really feel like missing out.
I interrupt. We interrupt each other a lot when we're getting excited. I think that's why when I want to try this game by Cherry Picked Games about the petting the dogs as the game, it's called Hair of a Dog or Hair of the Dog. It's on TTS, but I kind of want to do the print and play just because I like the manipulation of the components and the tactile part of it. I mean, most people do who are board gamers, but I almost feel like I'd rather print it out, Andrew, and then have to reprint it just for that sake, because it does seem like it has a bit of components. But anyways,
so they figured it out. It's hit Z road.
Yeah, good job, chat. We were not helpful.
Yeah, we didn't help out with that one. But yeah, people really love Martin Wallace, and the thing is, I can't get into every designer, or else I would own too many games, which I already do. So, but I still want to. He's, people love him so much. I'd like to at least try a couple more of his games.
Yeah, Atticus, that's interesting because Andrew and I have always talked about, at least with art, with designs, like art design. We talk about how like we like it when a design is bold and doing something different, whether or not. As a result, there are like hits and misses, or like people who are like, oh, like it's a very divisive art style. Like Radiators of Scythia, there's people who love it or hate it. I like it because they're just boldly doing something like visually different. So I like that what you were saying about the designs have a very unique feel. I will always wonder too if designers, like, they have to be interested and like they have to feel creatively challenged, right? And so sometimes I wonder like if someone is kind of like pigeonholed into one type of design because it sells well. I like this idea of some can be flops, but I think that's what it requires to have some really cool, interesting concepts.
Yeah, so we have Brass and we have Arrival, which I never hear anyone talking about, which is another Martin Wallace game. I'd love to play one of these games. The art I find really cool, but again, it might not be for everyone. So if anyone's played that one, let me know.
Tricky 20 in the house.
What?
Neighbor of the stream. Tricky 20. I don't know if you were here earlier when I said this, but Hair of the Dog is a game where you win if you pet the most dogs at a pub that allows dogs. I think it's such a funny concept. It's like the winner has the most hand to dog contact.
The most hand to dog ratio. 1 hand to 10 dogs. 1 hand to 15 dogs.
Just give your name to Pia, then she will own all the games.
Oh yeah, there you go. Then I'll have none. I'll be like, I have a collection of 0. Pia just inherited a bunch of games, so I'm going to start buying from scratch.
Twa has a very divisive art style. Yeah, it is a very like interesting. Because I've seen it on like Instagram.
Yeah, it looks really cool. We listen to Board Game Barrage a lot here, and one of the people in that podcast, they love Twa, and it makes me want to play it. But I do know it's a little mean, so probably I have a lot of those type of games that don't get played enough. So
Daryl Lenar has some love for that art, but some people loathe it. Yeah, it's this thing where it's like it's just not, because I think some people will say like it's bad art, but I would say that it's just then it's a point of taste, because I think some design, like, I don't know, it's just interesting.
Yeah. I think the worst insult you could give board game art is that it's like uninteresting or like just
unevocative.
A lot of older, it's like, oh, we've seen this art 1,000 times, it's boring, I guess. But I think in terms of bad or good, it's either your style or your not style. That's kind of my take. And
I think unevocative is a good
But
version of.
those boring ones, there's a crowd of people who really love them.
Oh,
so
I see.
It's effective. That's why it's kind of boring.
We were looking earlier at our early streams, like our first 3 streams, and like we're still learning. We're still learning now, but like we didn't have the lighting right and like all this stuff. And we're slowly upgrading.
No lighting.
We had no lighting. That's the start. It wasn't right because there was no lighting. But there was. I was looking at it. I was like, oh man, it's so bad. But it's not that it's bad. It's just we were learning to see if we even liked it. So it wasn't bad. It was effective for the use.
Yeah.
But
we were trying to not spend any money on it until we found out if it was fun for us.
But the videos of our old streams, I was like, we look like a board game that's been sitting out in the sun, like sitting on a window of a board game store, because it's just really gray. Like it's all the tones are really washed out. I'm not like being negative of our stream. It was just really funny to see. Speaking of board games and art. Anyways.
Yeah. Atticus, I enjoy Brass quite a bit, but I can be frustrated, especially for new players. It does have a lot of restrictions when you play, and it's easy to feel shut out of good options.
Ooh, that's a good way to explain to that shut out of good options. I think that's something that I've been trying to figure out the phrasing of that with some games. When I'm talking to a few people,
feeling shut out, yeah. If you don't set yourself up, and I like games like this because it feels like you're it's kind of like playing the Eerie Dynasty in Root, if you've played those. It's like you're on a tightrope, and if you like every time you make the next turn like successful, it feels really great because you can easily get into a position where you're not, and so it makes the good turns feel even better. So I think that I like that in games, but you can. But
the thing is, you don't have a lot of people to play a lot of unforgiving games.
Yeah, because the problem is if you don't play those games often or enough, your first play could feel really bad, or any future games might just feel bad, and some people want the efficiency of their feelings to be real high for their gameplay, which makes a lot of sense. So,
or you want to you are interested in learning lots of new games or trying out a lot of new games, and it just doesn't click initially, so then you don't have that gratification. Daryl, your early streams are like the original Castles of Burgundy. I feel like very much a board gamer now that I know what that.
We had the
now I know that reference.
We had the original for like a year. It never got played. Ended up giving it away. And then I got the 10th anniversary edition, and we haven't played it yet, but we have played the app. So,
hi Panic Games, hello spiced ham folk. I like that.
Welcome to the stream.
I was in the food and drink channels earlier today, and it was very gratifying for people to figure out what's the spam part of our name was immediately. They were tracking with the canned meat themed rather than, because I think a couple people were like spam like junk mail, and I was like, no, but hello, I'm happy to be here in your chat. The food and drink people were tracking.
They knew what's up.
Just like Panic Games is right now. But anyways,
we for anyone who's just joined us, we always like to start our stream with a bit of chat about what we played over the weekend, or what we got to the table recently, or what fun things we've done recently. So everyone was just sharing that, so feel free to share that.
Andrew's, as a rewind, Andrew's favorite thing was dancing with our little baby, and finding playlists that he liked, and then I liked finding the food channel of Twitch, which I feel like is very on brand for me anyways. I don't know why it took so long.
Yeah.
But I've just been so just enjoying board game Twitch, and I didn't realize there's all these other channels other than video game Twitch. I think that's what I always thought. Well, just chatting, which is a lot of people, so I'm like really overwhelmed, like finding something there, and then it's just chatting, and the D&D section, which we really like D&D, but there's a lot of channels there too. I just ordered a bacon cheeseburger and French fries, just lurking today, folks. That's
Thanks,
all right, Big Heap Wampum.
Wampum.
Even if
Uncle
you're lurking,
Jojo.
Uncle Jojo, you may be lurking, but this is the first playthrough, so we might be using a lot of your forgiveness moment alerts.
Gerald from R says Art Twitch is pretty neat.
Ooh.
You'd probably like that.
If you like watching, ooh, I would like that.
Yeah.
I'll definitely check that out on Twitch. I only came back on Twitch on July 4th, 2020. Yeah, a lot of people.
Whoa, Big Heap Wampum.
It's
Just
continuing
d-
the
continue, yeah.
got. Whoa, thanks. I don't know.
Here it is. Here he is. So for anyone who doesn't know, we do analog alerts here, and this is the Monkey King, and he comes out and gives out blessings whenever he is subbed to.
And Big Heap Wampum, thanks for being the godfather of our child. I hope that you get a lot of meals made for you. Thank you. That is my blessing as the Monkey King. And the chat can say, long live the Monkey King, if they so desire. That's an interesting thing about Big Heap Wampum. He loves, like, extra loves home-cooked meals made for him. But he's also very good at cooking. I usually feel like people who don't like cooking, or not don't like cooking, the people who love meals made for them typically means they are not good at cooking. But he loves...
Wait, what?
Never mind. He's a really good cook.
Yes.
He just also really does not like
I guess
cooking.
because you know the work that goes into it. Is that what you're saying? Like, you can appreciate the work that goes into it. Also, Benita in the chat says, hello, Pia, not Andrew, because he murdered me.
That's awesome.
I would attest that was Brandbeard Gaming that killed you. So you might want to take it up with him.
Hi, why that play?
Team Save Benita from Evil Andrew Species. LOL.
This is absolutely not true, says Big Heap Wampum.
Hi, why that play? What's up? So, from Tabletop Live Network, we have 2 new emote spots. So he has been working on one of them today.
We're working on it.
And she might do a little sneak peek later today.
Probably not. I'm not ready. Andrew always tries to put me on the spot, which is very Andrew. But Benita, you are such a good sport. Even though 7% of the chat voted no, which I think is messed up.
It was pretty messed up.
It wasn't you per se, but your species named after you that went extinct.
Cards and Dice is here. We are doing great. How are you,
Hi,
Cards and Dice? What have you been playing?
What have you been playing? What's been your favorite part of your day? Yeah. It's sunny over here.
It was a sunny day.
And my mood was so great.
Yeah. Could sit in a couple sunbeams.
Yeah.
You know.
These are the things that we're very excited about when you're from the Pacific Northwest.
A good sunbeam through the windows.
You try to position yourself in whatever furniture you can to catch what's the small narrow sunbeam that's coming through the window.
And we got to fight our cat over them too. So.
Yeah, our cat's very quick to locate said sunbeam, and she'll like clench on to the surface when you're trying to move her out. It's like, I'm gonna put you on my lap. You can still be in the sunbeam with me, and she's like, no.
Let's do a shout out for Benita here. Just because she's been going through the top 100 games on Board Game Geek.
And I love it. I feel like sometimes I'm like, who am I? I like, Andrew's always been the like very like board game person, and I'm like sitting here like really 100% attention to Benita and Anna Maria, and I'm like asking Andrew, have I played this game? Because I don't really pay attention to names.
So what we do is we had Benita up and Anna Maria up on our big screen TV, and then I was on my phone, and Pia was just telling me what to say in chat as she was
so I was feeding the baby.
And then I also had my top 100, the top 100 on my account for Board Game Geek, and we were comparing scores. And like, I played that one, that one. I'm like, you've played that one, Pia? And she's like, I have. And
well, that's the thing. I was looking at it, and I was like, whoa, that's a really cool spreadsheet that Benita has. And then, this is the first time you did this, Benita. And Andrew was like, that's Board Game. Like, that's Board Game. I think I just
Board Game Geek is like a spreadsheet. I think they updated the graphic design once since I joined in like 2012. They need to probably do it again.
But I just didn't know that you were like logging games and whatnot. And you're like, yeah, Pia, I've logged our games, I've logged our plays, not our wins or losses, but like it was just funny that I'm like, that's such a big part of like the hobby in some ways, and I'm just like, I didn't know this is what it looked like. Like I just never really go on that site.
Yeah, but there's board gamers who never. It's like it is a big part. It feels like a disproportionately big part of what the board game hobby is. I think just because so much board game content is run through there.
Oh, okay.
But there's a ton of people who just engage with like Kickstarter or just engage with like the publishers they like, or there's one designer they like, and they always get those games.
The Target aisle.
And they're all board gamers, and they have nothing to do with Board Game Geek, so.
That's true. Yeah, maybe that comes maybe more from like some interactions early on with some gatekeeper-y people that we had. So I was just like, oh, I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't love the vibe of it in 2012. It seems to be improving a lot.
Or we're just finding the people. Yeah. I think Danny Plays Games, who's on Twitter, and he's Brutal Dan, or as we pronounce it, Brutaldan. He always talks about curating your community, and I that's why I've just really enjoyed Twitch, because I feel like I can finally curate my board game kind of community, and just chat with people in chat and whatnot.
Yeah. Benita says she used to log all her plays on BGG. I don't like that people's names are public, so I use the BGG Stats app to log my plays. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I've never had anyone really reach out to me on Board Game Geek. Probably because I've never had a public space, but also my Board Game Geek name has nothing to do with BoardgameSPAM, so people would have a hard time finding me.
They can't find us. Why not play Gimli? Oh my gosh. Gimli is a great name. I love that. Gimli also loved the sunny spots.
That is a great
sunny spots. Name. Not in summer though, but he loves to share. Yeah. Musashi is not a sharer of the sunny spots. Gimli sounds a lot more sweet in that sense. But you know what? She's living her best cat life. We knew that going in.
Yeah, Daryl's and R. Only a small fraction of board game users use Board Game Geek or even are aware of it. Which I always have to remind myself.
I think that's what it is. It's a small vocal group. That's what it is.
It's a certain portion of the community that wants to engage in a specific way, and that's through logging plays and just like that database way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Atticus, you should join us when Benita is going through the top 100, because I really enjoyed hearing what the chats, because they were going through Rip a Pillow in the chat had mentioned, oh, let's go through the 10, and then Benita and Anna Maria are talking through the 10, and then chat will share what they think of that like set of 10. And it's also really fun to just hear like, oh, that set of like 1 to 10 is like really strong for some people, and some people are like, eh. And then like the set like 11 to 20 or whatever is like, oh, I've only played one of these games. Like, it's just really interesting, kind of the breakdown. I feel like I was like, again, I was like, who am I to be like, oh, well, I've never played any of like 11 to 20. Like, I really want to try those. We have those on our shelf. But,
and then what that place is, Rob and I log all our plays, but just put the players as anonymous in the rankings. Cause too much stress. Yeah. I just log the plays. I don't do anything in terms of wins or losses, or I just want to see like. I just like looking at the calendar and be like, oh, that was a great day. There's 4 games that come play that day.
Yeah.
It gives me like a little boost of whatever
Serotonin.
That's the thing.
Rudy Red says, unrelated, love your hair clip, Pia. Is it an alligator? I can confirm it is an alligator. It has googly eyes. We will be playing at some point Riz Arcana, and it's a magic game. I don't know why I thought an alligator felt like a magic game.
Well, there's dragons in it.
Well, there's dragons, and alligators are the closest thing. And I felt like this collar felt like I was, I don't know, like a wizarding student. But yeah,
and then Benita did say that she called out her that it's been fun playing fun. It's been a lot of fun / interesting to reflect back on, discuss older games with problematic things, which that was great conversation.
That was our favorite part of that conversation.
Yeah, and it spurred on our own conversation now that we have kind of a public space, and we're like, oh, we have a couple of these problematic games in our collection or whatever. And then I think we were just like, how do we approach that now that we have a space to promote certain games or whatever? And I think what we ended up landing on, even the games that we enjoy,
it was something actually that you and Anna Maria did, Benita, where it's just like, I don't want to spend time bringing attention to this game anymore, especially if it's one that people know is problematic. And then the ones that like a lot of people didn't know were problematic. Like I love knowing that because we don't know that. Like that was something we were like, shoot, that's great. And then actually having these conversations like on Twitch is great because I think we talked about this one time. And Brain in a Jar gave a great suggestion. It was like, if it's a game I'm curious about, but it's like a sketchy situation, she said, I just get it used. So I'm not putting money back into the pocket of a like publisher that's like not good or whatever. I was like, oh, that's really like a great way to think about. But can you do you want to tell the chat of what the Board Game Geek thing that the trade that was offered, and we were like, we don't know how we feel about this.
It was a weird trade. So I had a trade up for Maracaibo because of the kind of problematic nature of the theme. I was like, I don't know if I really want to play this with anyone. But I had gotten it just seeing that it was Alexander Pfister, the designer. I saw it was his next game. I didn't know much about it, which is, do some research, I guess.
But the thing is, you know what you know, and then when you learn something different, then just adjust it. It's like...
So, I haven't played it for a year. We've barely played Great Western Trail, which I really enjoy, and I'm like, I could just play Great Western Trail more. So I put it up as a for-trade game, and then someone offered a trade to trade Freedom, the Underground Railroad game, the cooperative Underground Railroad game, which just like...
For
Maracaibo, which is like, I don't know, it just felt kind of dirty. I don't know what about it was like, why are you trying to get rid of that game, but then specifically trying to get rid of this really get this problematic game? I was like, I don't know if I like this, but anyway.
Also, it's like if you don't want the Freedom, then we'll take it. But I don't know if I want to give you Maracaibo. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I've never no one ever offers trades for my stuff, anyways. But it was just like such a weird combo trade that I was like, it would be a great trade for me because I get rid of a game that I don't want and I get one that I do want, but
you don't want to do it that way.
It feels weird. I was like, I don't know if I should do it that way.
Trust your gut, Andrew.
Yeah. Legend said they always wanted to try Freedom.
Yeah, us too. Oh, wait, so I think we're like missing a few.
Oh yeah, we've missed a few. We were going talking.
We're chatting.
Benita says she's had some friends in the industry helping me in the past few years, and it's been really helpful. Oh yeah, of course.
I'm so glad now we have you, and we can.
And if we ever bring up a game, or we're really excited about a game, and then we find out the designer is a big.
Let us know. I think you had said this, Benita. You and Anna Maria said you rather know than not know. You know,
because we don't need to bring any attention. We can, if we're still interested in the gameplay. And we already own the game, we can play it in our personal time and never even, other than like say, hey, don't buy this game, or something like that. In the chat, but in this on our stage, I guess.
This is no longer Res Arcana. This is just debrief of Benita's awesome stream. No, because I was thinking I really love the game and no one knows it, but it's a game called Millions of Dollars, and I've had so much fun with it because it's a kind of hidden role game. But if you get to play as you can lie as much as you want, or you can play really like straightforward, don't lie, and both are really viable strategies. And I learned it when I was volunteering in China, and it's just not one that I see very often, and I love it. But it has really like very sexist art on the front, but I never, because I played it in a board game cafe and it was just out on the table, I just like never really like what's it called, looked at the box or like really thought about it. And it's not to say that it's like it now can never be played, but it just makes me feel like it's kind of the conclusion that you all were talking about, where it's like there's other games, there's so many more games, and it has like, why not kind of boost up those games, you know? But anyways,
why bring more attention to, or like more praise for games that really don't deserve it? Make a second edition, or like something like this.
Rudy Red, thank you. # on theme. Yes, I'm glad that you can see the connection between my googly eyes, crocodile, and the theme. Yeah, Atticus. Yeah, it is a tough topic, and we've never really thought about it, and so I really love kind of hearing how people approach it, because also it's kind of, sometimes it's not a one size fits all. And so, yeah, like even hearing Braden and Jar say, like, get it used, And
one thing is, like, when you're just playing games at home and you don't have, like, a stream or a YouTube or whatever, a racist board game can be played in an anti-racist way.
Or very thoughtful, or very...
Yeah, the way it's presented, because it's an interactive medium, you can use it and have a discussion about it and... discuss what it's saying and counter that, and you can use it as a launching point, and vice versa. A game that is either anti-racist or just a game that doesn't have isn't really saying much. It can be played in a racist way by racist people, because of the half the game is the people playing it, and so you could. Maybe for examples like Chinatown, it's not too edgy of a theme, but I could see someone using that as a platform to make a bunch of racist jokes, right?
Got it. Yeah.
And that is entirely who you're playing with. And I think because it's such unlike books and movies and TV shows where there's no interaction, it's just like that book is super sexist, or that book is really problematic in this and this and that way. Board games, because we're interacting with them, there is an element where the product might have problematic things in, but how you engage with those things is as important as them being present in the game. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But again, when it comes to streaming and to having a public platform around it, it's like, we don't need to spend time. There's too many games to play otherwise.
It's so interesting, because it's our little stream, but I think everyone's individual choices matter, and so it's just something that, again, we love that Benita, it just comes out, and especially I love it because it just comes out when it's conversation like led by women, and women of color too. It's just like, it's just something that is just like I've noticed happens more naturally, and it's also just super interesting. You guys are also so funny, you and Anna Maria.
It's not all serious conversations there. It's fun as well. And then Daryl with an R says Maracaibo has an expansion coming out later this year, and it's supposed to include the ability to fight against the colonists, which I think is super cool. I'm glad that they've taken some feedback on that. I mean, it doesn't change that I've had the game for almost a year and a half and have yet to get it played, and I still want to play more of Great Western Trail. So I don't know if I should be playing the follow-up to Great Western Trail before I've really explored Great Western Trail.
You mean the follow-up to Maracaibo before you...
No, the follow-up to... Maracaibo is the follow-up to Great Western Trail.
Oh, I get it, I get it.
So, I don't... And, you know, it might have just sit on my shelf too long, along with having a problematic thing, so we'll see. We'll see what happens to it. It's on my for trade list.
Oh yeah, Benita says, very, very true. As Wish didn't take an expansion to do that, and Daryl R says for sure. Yeah, talking about something, sometimes having to say something. I went to a disturbing movie, and when I came out of the theater, I saw 2 parents and 2 kids debating on the movie. I just saw, and another, I had to walk up to them and tell them what I saw. Yeah, very, very true. And I think, sometimes things just like, I think Andrew and I, we tend to, there's a moment where you like have to listen to your gut, and it sounds like that's what you did, Legends, where you're like, you know, I gotta kind of let him know. And yeah, I think one of the reasons that you are, so Andrew and I work with people with developmental disabilities, and so like one time Andrew was playing a game with like one person he knew, and then a couple of people that he didn't know. It was the friend of the person he knew, and they were just dropping the R word like over and over, and it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, they're making the space not feel safe, and they don't really know that like Pia's sister has a disability. Like you don't know, you know. And I think that's the thing where I guess that's not related to theme, but again, it's that idea of like people bring themselves into games because we are interacting with things our hobby is a lot more interactive than a movie where we're bringing our perspective watching it, but we're not kind of how do you say this? We're not like changing it because of how we think or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think that's a great example for what Benita's saying here. The company you keep is so important, and that was a game that was not problematic really at all, but they made it problematic by the way they played it. And it's also why speaking up matters so much. Yeah, there's no reason as anyone should be using the R word, it should be called out in any circumstance. So yeah,
but yeah, well. Thank you all for.
TED Talk, our TED Talk with.
No, it's not a TED Talk. It's our recap.
Rudy Red. I'm thoroughly enjoying this TED Talk. Is what she's so relevant.
Yeah, I think this stuff comes up when you play with different groups of people, and and yeah, it's just like something that we've just been thinking a lot more of, mostly because we've been playing more games and then interacting with people with different opinions, and like learning to be critical of those opinions and being like, these people are stressing me out. I'm gonna go. Or what we did prior, which was just play games with our own friends and never really found our own board gaming friends. So this is kind of like uncharted territory for us, and we're loving it. And we're also being good about boundary setting.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because this is probably our and in terms of hobbies, like this is the one that like has the most not random people, but like most space for like strangers to enter our circles. And I don't know, that's one of the things I realized that I really liked, because I found Ruel's Twitch first, and then you just kind of start finding. And that, like, it was actually really interesting how easy it was to curate our community, relatively speaking.
And I know there's going to be a point where we have to, ban someone or something along those lines. Like that's going to happen at some point.
The Monkey King is going to be cursing people.
He has curses as well as blessings.
Watch out.
Hopefully it doesn't have to happen very often, but at least from what I've read and understand, you only have to do it a couple times, and people get the message and those people stay away. Hopefully,
yeah. Well, I think your social position sometimes makes some people more susceptible to others But yeah, Atticus says educating yourself is so important. I find that I'm always trying to learn and evaluate my ideas and views. Totally. I think we've learned to evaluate our ideas and views so much, even within the hobby. Just not only like just being in chat and hearing other people have this conversation, like what we were saying with Benita talking about this with Anna Maria, and I would have never thought that I would get that out of Twitch. Which again, I always just was like really scared of Twitch because it was just video games, and Andrew has told me crazy things about how crazy toxic video game community can get. So I was terrified. But very reflective of who you are and wanting to create. Oh, thank you, Rudy Red, grandmother of our child.
Grandmother, godmother.
What if a grandmother was here? That'd be awesome.
I'd be down.
I was involved in the death community for a year, and they have a very tight niche community. And if you get on their bad side, their whole community is totally. And I think that's like a mechanism of kind of protecting yourself because you are a group that is oppressed or marginalized or misunderstood. And yeah, I totally get that. The more proactive you are, the better. Nipping that stuff in the bud, totally. I've seen people allow bad apples and it ruins their whole community. Yeah, that's so I can see that. Even like Andrew was talking about a board game like Discord that he was following. That's a really big one. And like I was just looking at their rules and I was like, oh wow, this is intense. And Andrew's like, actually, I think it's needed. It's, you know, Brene Brown says, you know, clear is kind. So if they are clearly unkind, take them out.
Take them down.
So the
Rudy Red and Big Keep Wampum flirting in the chat now. Hey, Grandpa.
Do you want to switch to
let's switch over.
We found out that this is Brutal Dan. I just like Brutalden. The way saying Brutalden just sounds. Where does it come from?
Brutal Dan?
No. Where does our pronunciation Brutalden? It sounds like.
I think it's just how we read it at first, but
It kind of sounds like a transformer.
I think we started reading it before we knew his real name was Danny.
Brutalden.
So it's just how it like looked like it was spelled.
Or like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like a transformer or a Pokemon. But this is Res Arcana. I've seen it online.
It's on Board Game Arena.
And then
Brutal Dan in the chat. Oh my gosh!
Did you hear us?
Did you hear us? What's happening?
Were your ears burning?
How long have you been there?
Brutal Dan, Brutalden, the Paladin. Actually, maybe that's what it sounds like. Brutalden, the Paladin.
Oh, that's where it comes from.
Maybe.
How long have you been here? We're talking about
you. How you sound like a transformer. You sound like a Pokemon. Brutalden, aka Brutal Dan, in the house.
What time is it there? How are you still awake? Also, thanks for joining us. I was looking on the discussion, but I heard y'all talking about me, so I had to say hi.
That's awesome. A Brutal Dan appears.
It's almost midnight. Okay, that's more reasonable. Sometimes it's
time zones are wild.
Yeah, time zones are wild. As long as it's not 3 a.m. or something.
We have these what is it? Big Heap Wapham when he was here. Calling them ashtrays, but they're sauces for our
sauce trays. They're
sauce trays and board game shit collectors.
Board game what collectors?
Chits.
Oh, okay. CH. All right. So
also, Legends GM said that he's played this. Brutal Dan has said that he loves this. Who else has played this? Are we the last ones to play this? Let us know.
Time Roller in the chat. What is
Time
up?
Roller. We're on the same coast. We should go to sleep. Keep each other accountable.
Yeah. Accountability partners.
Rip a pillow. We were just talking about you and your great suggestion for picking what's it called? The best game out of each block of 10, as Benita and Anna Maria were going through their top 100 Board Game Geek list, and we were just talking about how much we love that, and we loved it as an exercise for ourselves.
Rip Hill said, how are we post TLN? Yeah, we're good. We're rested up. We had hot pot last night, which was great.
It was a celebration hot pot.
Yeah.
It was also just a casual hot pot because we had leftovers from our earlier hot pot that we needed to use ASAP before it went bad. Okay, so Benita hasn't played it, and so hasn't Ripapilla. Okay, so we're not the only ones. It's very well loved, it seems like. So, and one of the things I wanted to point out, and actually, we have a couple of friends that I feel like would really like it because I was very convinced that you have 8 cards, that you are using, but these 8 cards can change between game to game.
Yes.
And so, but you get really familiar with these cards, which I really like because, and I think a couple of friends would really like too, because I think they get overwhelmed with like too much at one time. So like it feels like this is like a really cool game to feel like you're getting good, and getting all the combos. But
yeah, I'm super excited to play this. I know how popular it is. It's been on my feel like I'm missing out type of to play game, and every time I had a chance, I was like, oh, this game's not too hard to learn, and then I didn't give myself enough time, and then I was like, oh no, I need to actually spend some time learning it. So a similar thing happened today, so we're gonna just try to figure this out, but we have looked through the rule book and
Danny says as you get used to the game you can make it more advanced and do a draft. So you can have what cards. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, that's really awesome. Best way to play after you know is to draft the start hands. That's really cool. I like foldable peacekeepers that I picked up a while ago. They were pretty cheap. And if you don't want to use, don't want to use your sauce dishes. That's true. I was thinking about it. I was like, what if we are eating that? We'd have to wash this stuff if we were using it earlier. Foldable would be good for us. We are running out of space in this apartment. There's a lot of stuff everywhere.
Sorry, I had to adjust the camera there. It was like our heads were getting cut off by these pills.
Who was it? Rudy Red and Big Heap Wampum, who were here earlier, and maybe still are. They were was it them that were saying it feels like board games has exploded in our house. There's board game cookies in the kitchen. There's board games in the middle room. There's board games in the big sala and the big living room. It's everywhere. They cannot be contained.
Legend DM said Brothers Murph did a top 10. A top 10, but the BGG 1 to 10, 1000, where you pick a game in 1 to 100. Oh, I really like that idea. Brothers Murph they've got some good ideas. They've got some of the most creative YouTube
ideas shows.
Yeah, and I watched the one where they played all their collection in a week or something like that. It was mind blowing because their collection is about the same as mine, and I can't imagine ever doing that in a week.
well, here's the thing. Benita was talking about how she was going through the list and how it was just a great way to kind of reminisce and just think back. And I think that's what I really liked about sitting and watching their stream on the big screen. And we talked about it because it is just kind of board games for us is just memories with friends. And now a lot of memories for us because we're playing so many 2-player games. But that's a good way to kind of be oh, I remember we played that. We played that in a in a coffee shop somewhere, at this person's house when we could go to people's houses and whatnot. Soon enough. All right, we will start playing because if Brutal Dan's still here, he should at least see us play one round.
Yeah, and then Beyond Dead says they did a lot of pre-work for that. I guess they streamed it probably as well. But for doing that, hydrate. Do we have?
We have another... goblets.
I'm done actually.
Here,
so
pass.
I need a refill. All right, so I will go first. Okay. So for anyone who's not familiar, this game is a card game where you're building a tableau of cards, so a row of cards out here that is going to be your actions for each round, and you can either play the cards down by spending the resources to here, let's give an example of a few of these. The art's really cool in it too. and you spend these resources, and then you get the actions down below. And so there's a bunch of symbols. Obviously, they probably don't make any sense unless you played the game. But
they're great colorblind friendly for Andrew because they have different shapes. Ooh,
yes.
It's a bit blurry.
Yeah.
Why is that
I don't know.
blurry?
Anyways, so yeah, you play them down, and then you get to use those actions, and then you each go until you pass. It's also a race game where the first person to 10 points wins. Or 10 points or beyond. So.
Yeah, Atticus says, luckily, none of the chat need to die for this game to get played. That's true.
Yeah, we're not killing chat today.
Hopefully, not today.
We'll try not to. I might sneak in a name like, oh, this item is...
I miss my local board game meetups. Haven't met any new people in months. Yeah, that's totally like something we realized that board game are like being on Twitch and at least the interaction with people, especially in real time, instead of like leaving like messages on like YouTubes or like messages on like Instagrams that are like delayed. There's something about it being more, I mean, there's a little chat delay, right? But there's something that's the back and forth that simulates more kind of more natural conversation that is super, super exciting. I get to stay alive.
All right, so we'll start, and we both start by getting our items.
Ooh, yeah.
Thanks. And then do you want to pull your items so people can kind of see that on screen?
My items. Oh, pull them here?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, everybody.
Ooh, we made me...
Look at my blue potion, my red potion, and then always a druid.
So
always got to pick the druid.
I'm going to get one of the Death Eater symbols here.
I'm going to go with getting my green, and then I'm going to get a red.
Well, you get two?
Yeah, what's up?
The druid.
Also, I like that there's a wolf. We have a wolf-themed bathroom. It's ironic we're not like super, super into wolves, but also wolves are amazing. But we lived in this studio. We lived in the studio, and the bathroom was so cold. I hated going to the bathroom because it felt like I was going to like Antarctica. And so I was like, I'm gonna buy a wolf like bathroom curtain. I'm gonna get a wolf like figurines. It's all wolf theme in there. So that's another reason why I really like being a druid.
I get to -1 resource when I place artifacts. Well, shoot. I'm not gonna use the green one. Artificer, mage. That's a cool ability.
Okay, watch me. Is this right? Go here, then green, blue, and yellow, which are the price of the top left.
Yep.
And then,
so if I attack you, you can ignore...
Is there a way to put it here? Actually, it's just equally as far. I wonder, can I go like this?
Way is... but those are then behind the screen.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Andrew thought about this.
It was set up.
There was a thought process. And then I draw up again, right?
Nope. We just keep doing actions until we both pass.
Oh, okay. I'm slow typing on my iPad that by the time I've added to the conversation, the chopstick has changed. So really limited time conversing. Actually, why that played, there was a while where I was like, I feel like the conversation has passed. Oh no. But I'm like, I don't care. And I just keep typing, and I feel like I'm like, I just started being like looping back to, because I just assume the chat has moved back. But at least for me, I don't know, I can't speak for all streamers, but I don't mind the conversation going back to the earlier topics.
Also, let me know if I'm playing this correct. This Artificer Mage allows me to place artifacts at 1 less cost. Is that something that happens every time? Because that seems super powerful.
Is that OP?
Feels OP. Just let me know.
Beyond Dead, you get to suffer for the crowd. Cold people problems, cold people solutions, says Red. I'm impressed that you all are using the thematic names for the elements instead of calling them green, red, blue, black. Atticus, prepare for a lot of we lean into the theme a lot. Sometimes more than sometimes the own designer thinks we should.
Yeah. They're right here if you didn't see the
life, death, gold.
Yeah.
It just is like, I like when things like that are evocative. Andrew was saying, actually, he was telling me, Pia, you're really gonna love this because, so I flip this down and I just want the resources, right?
So yeah, you place it under your deck, face up like that. There you go. And you get 2 resources.
And it could be wild. I could get wild resource.
You can get any 2 resources or gold. And is gold wild in this?
Where's the...
K-Pax in the house.
K-Pax, provider of the lights.
Yes.
As we say sometimes.
K-Pax, we were just looking back. We were telling the stream this earlier, but we were looking back at some old streams of ours before we do you need help?
I don't think I can get wild because there's only 5s here.
What do you think? Which one do you think wild is?
Oh, just whatever I want. Oh my gosh! Dang it, Andrew.
Which resource is the wild resource?
Andrew loves to razz me and razz people. If he's razzing you, it's because he likes your company.
So you can get any 2 resources.
Dang it, Andrew.
And that one costs yes, a wild resource, aka any of the resources.
Out of control.
Brutal Dan says gold is gold. Good. And then did anyone?
It's so weird to feel so restricted, but it's so nice actually. It makes you think, and also sometimes you can't do anything, so you just do what you gotta do. Yeah, totally. Like too many options. It's a little hard, but that kind of that constraint.
Benita.
That constraint
is that
freedom.
Why you killed me?
yes, Benita.
No, yeah, I think one of the reasons I did was because I've heard you say you enjoy a good aggressive game and some good table talk. So I was like,
Benita
there's other streamers that I probably wouldn't
do that too.
Yeah. But I was like, I think she can handle it.
Yeah. Well, especially I think because I think you were talking at one point about Amari's game.
Rap Gods?
Yeah, Rap Gods, and about like starting beef with people, and we were like, yeah, Benita. That sounds like a really fun part of this game, which we didn't own, but now we do. We got it used at our at a game store.
A death.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to
I used the
go
hand
here.
of glory.
The hand of glory.
The hand of glory. Sounds dirty.
The hand of glory. I'm going to get.
But in a PG-13 way.
Very PG-13.
Yeah.
This is a building year for us. The druid. The druid's over here.
Benita says, OMG, Rap Gods is amazing. We really want to play it. And actually, I was so sad that we missed out on the Kickstarter. And then I found a used copy, and we just got it last week. So very excited to play it.
I think maybe we haven't set up the Discord yet, Ripapillow. We will...
Oh, that's a great command to have. There's, I think, a link on our page.
In the About section?
In the About section, if you're looking for the Discord.
We should set that up. These are great things that you learn while you're streaming. Like, we should do that. Or like, we should use lights for our streams so we don't look like, as someone very cleverly mentioned, our early streams where we look like we were in the Castles of Burgundy. The box art for Castles of Burgundy, just really gray.
I am going to grab a gold. I'm going to put that card to rest.
Legends DM has a bacon cheeseburger. And it's in the Discord. I'm out of cards.
You're out of cards?
Yeah.
And you can do either of those actions.
Ooh! React, so I get rid of 2 blues. Oh! Shoot!
And then you get 2 blues plus a life on that card.
I don't have 2 blues yet. Okay, so what does this mean? I get to reinstate a green card,
animal card.
which I don't have any animal cards. I don't think I can do that. React to an attack on green.
AKA life.
I'm out. Life. Okay, I am out.
You're passing. This is yours. You get the passing point, and then I'm also passing. All right, so we both passed, so we have to turn in our...
Big Heap Wampum. Baby's got rhymes.
First to pass takes the token, swap your magic item with a different magic item, and then draw a card.
Okay.
Which actually, I should get familiar with these magic items.
Ooh, Ripapillo, we'll whisper you something. It seems like... Yeah, it looks like the Discord link is not working. We're still figuring out Discord.
Oh, the Discord link's not working. Interesting.
Yeah, we'll definitely check that out. Thanks for letting us know, actually. We wouldn't have known. We're like, it's there.
Yeah, weird. And then we both draw a card.
We draw a card.
And then all our things. Refresh.
If you have it.
And then we get whatever it has the little...
yes.
That thing
green.
there,
A blue and a green.
I get calm.
Oh no!
Life.
I didn't realize that these things go back, so I was banking on getting a blue or a red last time.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. I'm learning. Green and
Elan.
a green and a blue. Or
Calm, life, and
life
Elan.
and calm. Into my cauldron. I don't know if that's what it is, but...
These are for sure our cauldrons. Our magic cauldrons.
Then it's my turn.
Yeah, you gotta start us off here.
Okay. And then do you draw up?
One card.
This was the card that I drew up. Yeah. Oh man, I should have known. Well, no. It was a building year for us. Okay. I'm gonna play...
K-Pack says, do you get a rap? Do you get to rap in Rap Gods? Metaphorically speaking, I think you get to.
Mm-hmm. I don't think the chat would ever want us to rap if we were to play.
Yeah, I shouldn't ever try rapping.
Mm-hmm. I shouldn't either.
It would be a bad thing.
It would not. I mean, Andrew tries to sing to the baby sometimes, and it's just us like repeating his name over and over. Mm-hmm. That's our lullaby skills. It's just repeating.
I don't even know the typical lullabies.
It's like Rockabye Baby, right?
I guess I know that one. I just don't want to sing Rockabye Baby. So I just sing like the things I'm seeing.
This is the kitchen. There's a lot of dishes. Now you all have to. Nope. That's a big nope. Stretch goals.
Okay, I get 2 death. You get 1.
Big Heap Wampum, who is the subject, the dancing subject in our in our forgiveness moment. There is another. We made a clip of your Prince of Egypt song. We're trying to figure out how to make that an alert as well. All our alerts are just Big Heap Wampum singing or dancing. Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm. I just used the Hand of Glory again.
Whew, Hand of Glory. So here's my question, Andrew. I used up all my cards, and the only things I can really do now is just like turn them.
You have 1 card. You should have 1 card.
Yeah, I just made it.
Oh, yeah. So you can turn them, or you could do the actions that don't require turning them. So like you could
get
do
rid
that
of 2
one.
Blues. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna get rid of 2 blues to put a blue and a green on any
on that card.
On this card.
On the Chalice of Life.
So what does that do for me later?
That's a great question.
Oh no. Why do I want to put this calm and this life in the Chalice of Life? I'm gonna put it here and I'm gonna see what happens.
I think we're just and then you get the
Maybe
green.
chat would know. If you know, okay, you can get green from the supply. Ooh, get green from the supply?
That green, you didn't have to pay the green. I think you get it from
Danny,
from
thank
here.
you.
Yes.
Also, why would I put this here? Let me know. Just feel like the Chalice of Life should have, life and calm essences in it.
Can't play this. So I'm going to use my divination here.
Because I would think I could put it here, right, Andy, to be working towards a cursed forge or a coral castle.
Yeah, you'll want to be working towards those.
But I can't do it without having all of it, don't you think? You get it later. It's kind of an engine. I love it.
Got it.
During income, you can remove all the resources from a card.
Oh yeah, take any assistance from components.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
so
you
I'm
so
drawing,
much, everybody.
this is what happens when we're learning a game. But I'm so glad you guys know how to play it.
Andrew tried to use all the tags that were like, we don't know what we're doing. So it's casual playthrough.
First playthrough.
It's first playthrough. Andrew, you did write no backseating. We should have write all the backseating.
I'm removing no backseating.
We've hit the point where we need
information. we're in the backseating part of the evening. The stream.
I'm gonna pick the place of power that is the one that speaks to me the most, and I know that that's not good strategy.
Oh wait, you just did your action, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I am doing mine. The Horn of Plenty, 1, 2, and these 3, actually all get discarded.
K-Pax, just so you know, this is on...
Oh wait, no, I didn't. My action was this divination thing, so it's your turn. Sorry.
This game is on
Board Game Arena,
so we could play this together at some point, just so you know. Or we
Which was kind of part of the reason why I wanted to learn it, especially before you go back to work. I wanted to have something that's easy to play digitally, or do the asynchronous play type thing, and with any of you guys.
If you want to play with really slow new players.
Yeah, sometimes we do a turn a day on those async games.
If that's what you're looking for in a game partner online, let us know. Hit us up. We will whisper the Discord to you because the link doesn't work. No. Or we'll whisper you our accounts. But Andrew, question. So what is this this little thing right here?
That means you are stealing my life.
Stealing your life from there? Okay. Mm-hmm. K-Pax, just bye, why that play? Unfortunately, time to go to work. That time sometimes or always comes at some point. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the fun stream and good luck with the playthrough. Thank you. And you enjoy your day. I hope your work goes by very quickly so you can go home and do other things that are more fun.
Okay, I just did, actually that might bring you to the wrong page. I'm gonna do the Discord.
Let's try it out. We'll see if it works.
And
maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. But I see. K-Pax, were you here when we were talking about the game we are interested in playtesting called Hair of the Dog, where your goal is to pet as many dogs as possible at a pub? That is the goal of the game, and that's why I want to play this game. It's by Cherry Picked Games from the publisher in Seattle, Washington.
I think I'm gonna do Dr. Alan Grant down here. I just thought of this. Sorry, while you were talking.
Oh. Is there someone that followed, or he's just appeared to say hi?
He just appeared to say hi.
It's kind of creepy.
I'm here if you know anyone.
Oh my gosh!
Follow us. I'm here.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this to get rival.
I kind of like that. It's so big.
Okay, done.
Getting distracted. All right.
Ooh, the Elvish bow is a good way to draw. Oh, shoot.
2 gold for the Horn of Plenty.
Oh, I like that. Go to draw more cards. I think you have to research too.
Ripapella, join the Discord to see the bacon cheeseburger.
You can shoot Andrew or make... Ooh, that's great. Shoot Andrew or make him lose a green. But if he didn't have a green, you would lose... He would lose 2 other essences. Oh, that's really awesome. I just took the green, but I should have taken draw
so you don't get it. It just gets discarded. It's like you remove a green from me.
Oh, okay. Can I not do that? Can you hit the forgiveness moment? Because I want to draw a card instead.
All right.
I'm learning my cards.
Yeah,
I'm changing my mind.
This is our forgiveness moment. For anyone who doesn't know, these happen whenever we have a problem that needs forgiving.
That's Big Heap
Our
Wampum.
hearts are full.
That's Big Heap Wampum. He is forgiving us for making the game go longer than it should. That's also our Uncle Jojo. And I selected to draw a card, and then you did your turn, right, Andrew? So it's my turn again.
Wait, yeah, you did that a while ago. Is that what happened?
I did this, and then you did here, and then it's my turn again. But here's a question.
The Nightingale is just a point.
That's awesome, but the problem is I don't have a blue, but I can't take it from here?
No. Not until next turn when it comes off of there.
Oh, okay. I see the engine. Danny, Brutal Dan, Brutaldan. Because you pay 2 and you don't get to use the 2.
Like that. Sorry.
But then you get a green.
Not to touch your cards.
Ah, okay.
Brutal Dan. And I still get the green. Thank you. Thanks for the backseating. Oh my gosh. This is helpful backseating.
I love this.
I love it.
I always wish when people play games and like, can you help me? I'm like, I'm useless. But people are being so helpful right now. Hopefully I can return the favor and help someone with a game that they're not familiar with. This is really cool. Oh man, I can't do this. I can't turn this over. Oh, I can react to it. So if you attack me, if you attack one of these, no, if you try to take one of my greens, oh, I can go. Yeah. No.
And actually, I have one too. So.
And I can do this to return.
I should have been able to use that, but
a green, which I don't have.
I didn't want to.
Got it. Okay, I don't have any turns right now.
Okay. You have no more twos you're passing?
Yeah, maybe I should put this away to get more then. Because this is going to refresh in a way.
Yeah, you could get 2 more blues and do your blue thing again.
2 more blues? Where's my 2 more blues?
The chalice. The 2 blues into 2 blues and a green.
I can grab from there?
No. If you do this card, if you discard it for 2 resources, you could get 2 blues and then do that again. Never mind. You'll figure it out, I think.
Oh, yes. The engine is coming clear. The fog of the new game. Like this. So I can get that.
And then it's my turn.
Yes. This is why. So here's the thing. I was like, Andrew, we need to only play games that I know on stream. But the reason we wanted to stream too is because we don't play games unless... Well, not unless we stream, but it's a good reason to play a game. I'm out.
And okay, and then I'm out. All right, so then we swap our magic items.
Did you use research, Pia? What's research? Research. Turn this and get rid of anything. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Play that forgiveness moment. I want to do it. This is the only way I learn is by making mistakes.
All right. Ooh, but that's gonna mean I'm passing before. Oh, it's so good every time it gets me. All right, so I'm passing first.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting this. This game is so fun. I get it. Oh, that was so cool. I did all the things. Whoops, it fell in your cauldron.
I'll take it.
No. It's becoming clear to me now. I didn't think about research. You kept saying research, Danny, and I was like, what's research?
Okay, I'm putting this back, and I'm getting...
I want to play one day. Right, Benita? Just another one to add to the list? Yeah, you guys can play on BGA. Yeah, let's all
play on BGA. Well, actually, that's why we're learning it, because it's on BGA. I was like, we can play with people.
There's a huge advertisement that says, once Pia and Andrew learn this, please play with us. Danny, how does it play with more people? How many people can play this game?
8. Just kidding. It's 4.
Oh my goodness. Benita, I sent Andrew to try to look for a seltzer. There was no White Claw, but he found a seltzer. It's like a tea seltzer. So That's as close as we can get.
We were inspired by your love for White Claw.
I've tried to look for it, but it's like not been available, or I think it's not in the section that we usually get drinks.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, we're close. We got the tea seltzer thing, and I'm out.
You're out. Me too. So you gotta trade out your
hold on.
Your item.
I just played this. I can turn it still actually. Turn to gain blue equal to the red of one eye. So I can get 1 blue.
Oh, that's a nice card.
Thank you, Danny. Oh my gosh, this is so great. This is great actually because when we're both learning a new game, we're both missing out on a lot of stuff, and now we're learning it.
Yeah, look at your tableau. It's huge. It doesn't even fit on the camera.
I'm so excited.
Can you pass the seltzer and then pick your new item?
Pick my new item. Okay. Oh man, research was really great.
Actually, learning a game with the chat, this is great because
I sometimes I get like really like self-conscious when learning a new game, but this has actually been really great. Oh my gosh.
All right. So, you're picking your thing.
Reanimate. Reanimate sounds really cool. Okay, this druid's reanimating stuff.
All right, so everything is unexhausted.
Hey, grab wave whiz. The power of the Claudrate holds. I was somehow able to make Richard from Brambeard do a Claudrate, and it's not even his own channel point. Benita, I caught him getting I walked away, and then he was gone from the screen. And someone said, we made him leave his own, or Benita made him leave his own channel. The power of the Benita species. And then, so I don't know how you made him do it, but you don't have to share your secrets. And hi, Andrew.
Oh, Crab Wave Whiz! Booyah!
If you're in the Pacific Northwest near Gig Harbor, a new family or a local family game store is opening up.
Lost Star Gaming? Or is it just Lost Star? The Lost Star. Dang it.
Lost Star Games. I don't know.
It's in Gig Harbor. Actually, Andrew, if you want Lost Star Tabletop Gaming Outfitter, that's the whole name.
Okay, we're gonna remember that.
It's on Instagram, and you can follow along their progress in opening up. It's really, really fun. Do check them out. They're going to be our board game store of choice. We know the owner. He's been our dungeon master in the past. And just a upstanding guy.
Big ups to our dungeon master.
Yeah. Not just that, he's in previous jobs, he's been an incredible employer. Inclusive employer. When I helped people with developmental disabilities get jobs, he did so much work in the public sector, helping work within the organization he worked with.
You want to work with people who,
Yeah, so I'm so excited for his board game store, and role-playing game store, and all the games stores. So you gotta.
So Benita, if you move here to the Pacific Northwest, which your general section in your Discord is open for job listings, right?
Okay. So untap everything.
Okay.
And you got your new item.
And then can this go in here now?
Let's finish the round.
Sorry.
Okay, so
I'm so excited.
You passed. Swap your magic item for a new one, and then draw a card.
Okay.
Check for victory. Neither of us have nearly enough points. And then we go to the top, and then you do all the hand grab abilities, and then anything that's on your components you get.
Grabbing a life and a calm. Wow, I have a lot of life and calm. Ooh, the hypnotic basin. That feels like in Lord of the Rings when Galadriel has them look into the basin.
Mm-hmm. Also, Andrew, if you have your
get a life, Pete.
Your Lost Star Tabletop Gaming Outfitters link, either for the Facebook or the Instagram, whichever you want people at more, drop it in the chat, and so people can come follow you.
Yeah.
I'm so open to moving. Do it.
No. Legends. She's not moving to the West Coast unless we can changed her mind.
Brutal Dan says, "Get a life, Pia."
Okay, so we got our cards.
Yeah, and I am starting us off here.
I'm so excited.
I've got,
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what can I buy? Okay, I'm gonna start by using my Horn of Plenty to get a gold.
Okay. When can I get this stuff back?
They come off now.
Oh, they come off now?
Yeah, so it's either 1, 2, 3. 1 is when we get all our resources, so that's when you take them off of the components if you'd like.
Oh, okay. Okay. And it kind of protects them. Sorry. It's all making sense, so it's exciting. Oh my gosh. 2, 4, 6. Okay, I can get a water dragon. Water dragon, initiate, crocodile, hairpin. Water dragon.
Oh, that is a water dragon.
It is a water dragon. That's why I wore it. I didn't know it was part of the game, but it has googly eyes. And so I'm getting a water dragon. So 2, 4, 6. The card art is very fun in this game too. This character kind of reminds me.
We can show people the water dragon here.
This,
That's the water dragon, and then
what's the Miyazaki movie with the Miyazaki movie with the character with
the life token also is greened out. With what?
With the wolf.
Princess Mononoke?
Yeah. I'm Princess Mononoke in this game. There we go.
Ooh, thanks, Grabwave Wiz.
There it is.
Check him out. Give him a follow. Give him a share.
Give him a share. Give him a save. I guess on Instagram it's save, heart, comment. Okay, go ahead, Andrew. I got this. I summoned this water dragon with all the calm that I have.
Ooh, I'm gonna use this, and I'm going to
Gil Goots, Princess Mononoke. Avatar, is that Avatar the Last Airbender or Avatar the blue?
The turns are fast in this.
The blue James Cameron ones. The card cam is fire. Thanks. Thanks, K-Pax. K-Pax is our AV team, and our first guest. So first of a guest that he did not even have a name. He had to write his own name and hold it in front of the camera. Let's see. So I played that, and so now I get to flip the things here. So I'm gonna grab. Okay, I'm gonna play my Elvish Bow. Actually, should I draw a card or should I?
Oh, you're gonna use your bow? It's messed up.
This is awesome.
Ooh,
okay.
Hydrate from Grabwave Wiz.
I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna draw a card.
Benita K, have you two played Race for the Galaxy? If yes, how would you compare that in Risk? Actually, I haven't played it. That's a classic that I've never played. I know there's a ton of love for it. The Moy, who's oftentimes in chat, I don't see him tonight, but he really enjoyed it as well.
Has anyone else in chat have played both of these or a Race for the Galaxy that could weigh in? Give Benita some answers.
Did you go?
I drew a card and...
Oh, did you drew a card?
Yeah, because I did this part.
Oh, that's nice.
That's my Elvish Bow. Danny has taught me how to use it. Prior to this, my Elvish Bow was just like in my bag, and I wasn't really using it.
Not even strung.
Not even strung, not ready. I was just like, I got this. I bought it at the store, and I don't know how to use it.
I am going to spend these for bad boys, these BBs.
Ooh, Atticus. What do you think? It was a fashionable Elvish bow.
And I'm going to get this temple.
I got a good deal for it, so I don't know how to use it.
This temple gets me 2 points. Bang.
Whoa,
bang.
whoa. So you're at 3, and I am at 1.
Oh, I'm at 3? Where's my 3rd point? I'm at
this
2.
thing.
Oh, yes.
I
Good
really
catch.
like
Good
this.
catch. And
this
I haven't
is really
actually
great.
passed, so that's a lie.
I'm gonna do so. A gold.
Kumi in the chat. Welcome,
hey,
Kumi.
Party people, Kumi. We got a date for when we're gonna play Far Away next because you talking about Far Away makes me want to play so bad.
We want to play more scenarios. We've only played the 2.
The 2. Dragon Egg. I don't have the gold for Dragon Egg, so I'm gonna go here to get. I can't get gold, or can I get gold?
You can get 1 gold or 2 resources.
I'm gonna get the gold. Andrew told me when he was telling me about this game, he's like, Pia, you're gonna appreciate that these pieces are not just cubes. They could have done cubes, and most people wouldn't care, but I like these shaped pieces.
I really appreciate that they could have given you different colored cubes in baggies, but they went out of their way. They made this like cool hex shaped storage unit. Plus the shapes. I love it.
Yeah.
Love the production.
They went for it, even though it's like a smaller box game. I love that. Also, it's kind of like that meme with where someone is like, Phil Collins didn't have to go that hard for the Tarzan soundtrack, but he did, and he did it for us. It feels like that. Res Arcana, they didn't need to make these shaped wooden pieces, but they did it for us. Oh!
And we need to go as hard for Ambi, who's raiding!
Hey, Ambi!
What up, Ambi? This is our raid idol. We do analog alerts here, so the raid idol comes out and says, woo, doo, doo, doo. I don't know if he says that, but he dances a little bit, and he says...
And he updates the chat on what we're doing.
Welcome to BoardgameSPAM. This is Andrew and Pia. We were playing Res Arcana tonight. And
the chat is being very helpful.
We're learning it. Chat is helping teaching it to us. We did read the rulebook beforehand, but there's still things that we're learning. We typically stream Mondays and Thursday nights, 8 p.m. till whenever we're done chatting with people. We're trying to play through our game collection.
Yeah. What were you playing over there at Ambi's? And also, those who joined in or those who haven't yet, let us know what a good moment in your day. I found the food section of Board Game Twitch, and Andrew had a lot of fun dancing around the house with our baby. Those were our 2 favorite things.
And then we also do analog alerts for follows. So Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park comes out.
Oh.
Hey there, Joe Snowden. Really appreciate the follow. I was just digging up a stone that seems to be glowing. I don't know why, and I touched it. It made me feel a little funny. I might need to lay down, but before I lay down, I wanted to say thanks, Joe Snowden, for the follow. Really appreciate it. He needs to walk that whole distance every single time. Beyond Dead's going tonight. Good night.
Bye, Beyond
Thanks for joining us. Just know, honestly, a good moment for my day was doing my second Twitch stream of the year. Hey,
oh yeah,
that's great.
I hope there is
awesome.
more. And actually, I need to find Joe. Are you saying Joe Snowden? Because it's Joe Sundo.
Snowden.
So sorry. For mispronouncing your name. The Andrew is never gonna make that mistake again. Right, Andrew?
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't Andrew. It was Dr. Alan Grant.
Yeah,
Sometimes...
it was definitely Dr. Alan Grant. He doesn't read things very carefully.
Justar says, I'm pretty happy with the Res Arcana production, too.
Lightman, I watched Ambi make a unicorn poop emoji. That's is that a new emoji that's coming up for your channel, Ambi?
Lightman reminds me of the Legends of the Hidden Temple Idol. It is that the raid idol appeared on my doormat in college randomly. I don't know who put it there. I don't know where it came from, but we have it, and now it's part of our Twitch stream.
Also, Joe Sundo says that he tried to learn this game on Board Game Arena, but it was a mystery to him. That is also what I tried to do. I thought, I could just figure it out. Didn't work. And so we're learning it here. It's actually really not that complicated, but there's a few tricky things, and the chat has been really helpful. So
we were all over the place. We weren't seeing what we can do. The engine was, not moving very well. And and now it's getting really fun. So definitely would suggest trying it out one more time.
Atticus says Res Arcana is much more straightforward, as mentioned earlier. So this is in response to
the question earlier.
The question is, how does Res Arcana stack up against Race for the Galaxy? And so he's saying they are saying it's much more straightforward. As mentioned earlier, having only 8 cards to think about makes things more limited in a good way. It feels more heavy in resource management. Race for the Galaxy has really tough iconography and much more randomness. I feel like it's more tactical, while Res Arcana is more strategic. I like both games quite a bit, but I like Race better. Took about 20 plays to feel pretty comfortable with it. Yeah. I know Race for Galaxy, I've heard, is very, very much a game you want to replay a lot. And if you do replay it a lot, it's probably the better game. It's probably just a very, very good game. If you're someone who doesn't get their same game to the table a lot, might not be for you. Is the vibe I've gotten from it. And that's probably why I haven't played it, because I tend to play a lot of different games a few times instead of a few games a lot of different times.
Ooh, wait, pause real quick. Brutal Dan, are you saying that instead of doing the water dragon, I should go for the coral castle? Let me know.
Oh.
Because I should be moving towards that,
points. It's
right?
a race for points. It has 3 points on it.
You know what? I think that's what he means. I know, but I think I tanked my whole, all mine. Can you play the forgiveness moment and I can do that instead?
You're going to get your 6. Okay. So everyone here, we do analog alerts 99% of the time, but we do have a few forgiveness moments when
this is like my second, so I need to
back a turn, and we don't want to do it too many times, and so the way we keep track of it is how many times we play this video called the forgiveness moment video. So everyone sit back, hold on to your seats. It's
hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts. It's never not funny. There's gonna be some day when it's not funny, and it hasn't come yet. We've been playing it for a while.
Not today.
Not today, Uncle Jojo. Not today. We've got a subscription. Grab Wave Whiz.
Oh.
Where is our?
The Monkey King.
The Monkey King. The Monkey King. Whenever we have a subscription, comes out to thank you, and gives you a blessing.
So Grab Wave Whiz, our DM, our IRL DM, thank you for the subscription. May you have many great D&D adventures with great snacks and drink while they occur.
As well as may the Lost Star Tabletop Outfitters be successful and bring you a bounty of wealth
and great
joy, and may you build an amazing community that plays games there.
Yeah. Follow Lost Star Gaming if you are interested. But that's the Monkey King. He gives out blessings and curses. Yeah. We decided and curses.
Yeah. He hasn't given any curses out. Don't worry. It's not a common thing. But every once in a while, he might.
That's always a possibility. So I'm placing this here, and then, oh man, thank you so much, Brutal Dan. This is really awesome. I think one of the things that's really hard for me when learning new games is I just don't like the feeling of like, this is like not coming together. And I love the second, third, like subsequent plays, but that's unfortunately one of the reasons we haven't been able to play as much of Andrew's collection.
Also, the chat always responds to the Monkey King's blessing with "Long live the Monkey King." So if you see those in the chat, go ahead and throw one in there. Or LLTMK.
LLMK, any way you want. Long live Mortal Kombat, as Legends DM pointed out.
Was that your turn?
That was my turn.
All right.
Oh man, chat, y'all are funny.
All right, I am using the Hand of Glory to get 2 Death Eaters, and then you get 1 Death Eater.
Yeah! Oh my gosh, this is great. Look at all this in the cauldron. Okay, my turn. I'm gonna play Reanimate by resurrecting this elvish bow. And that's my turn, right?
Oh man, I don't think I have.
Yeah,
much
Joe
more
Sundo.
to
Hopefully, I'll
do.
get to play Res Arcana with someone who knows it. It's the easiest way to learn. Yeah, that's how we are feeling right now. We feel like we're learning with people who know.
Oh, I'm gonna turn in this card, Fire Dragon, to get 2 Death Eaters. For my turn, and is your turn.
Joe, it sounded like you played Quiplash and Bracketeering. One of my favorite experiences playing that game is we were over at a friend's house for like a Friendsgiving, and we were playing Bracketeering, definitely already pretty tipsy, and it was just so fun to scream at the TV and scream at each other, trying to convince other people to like vote, because you can for those who are unfamiliar, you can vote for like an answer. It's like two answers that are pitted against each other, and you can vote, but you can switch your vote in the middle of it. And so when you're in a group with people pre-COVID, you'll select something, and then there'll be people arguing about why you should vote for the other one, and then so you'll switch votes, and it's just so funny. Our group of friends like to argue about things, not in a mean way, but in a very playful, argumentative, Raz type of way. And so it was very funny. So I forgot about that game, though. I forgot what it was called. So Bracketeering.
Atticus says, don't forget to scream at the keyboard before typing Long Live the Monkey King, which is something I accidentally said on stream. I said, yell at your keyboard, Long Live the Monkey King. So that's canon now.
Thank you for reminding us, Atticus.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder, Atticus. As you type Long Live the Monkey King, it is an important part of the tradition to also tell your computer Long Live the Monkey King.
Kumi says, we beg for forgiveness.
Is it your turn?
I flipped this over and I resurrected this bow, and I don't know if you did anything after that.
I put my Fire Dragon here.
Okay, so then I am going to take 2, 4. I'm going to use my Elvish bow.
And you're not going to.
What? No!
The temple protects me.
The temple protects me. No! That's really... So then, shoot, does that mean I've used my Elvish bow and it missed? No. I should have looked over there. I like that. That's pretty fun. There's a good little bit of attack in this game. Okay. Well, you blocked, so it's your turn.
So Joe Sundo, I was thinking of adding Discord audio so we can scream at each other. We just got dirty and that is exactly how every one of those games
not every, but it usually does.
They just trend dirtier and dirtier
as the night gets later and later.
Sometimes they start and then they get really dark by the end of the night.
The Elvish bow is really for fashion, for sure.
All right, the Catacombs of the Dead. I
wanted that, but it's okay. I'm moving towards something else.
1, 2, 3.
I got my
4,
sights on.
5, 6.
Oh my gosh.
7, 8, 9.
This is on
9 skulls.
This is on theme for Andrew, his species just decimated our seas and oceans in oceans. Andrew's just an agent of death and chaos, really.
You know, death and chaos chose me in this one. I had this card here that got me all the death skulls, and I just kind of, used it for what it does.
Okay, so I am going to use this, which is 2 blues, and I get... So I place 2... All right, I place 2 blues here, Andrew, right? And then I get 2 blues from there?
No, you get those 2 blues. They technically came from here. So you paid the 2 blues to the bank, and then the bank gave you 2 blues and a green.
Got it.
But you can just use
And I can do that as many times as I want?
Yeah, as long as you got blues.
Oh, cool. Okay. Your turn.
And I am going to...
Oh, shoot. Bye, Benita. Thanks for staying up late and chatting. Love having you in chat.
I'm going to use my Catacombs of the Dead to put a skull on it. Yeah, thank you so much. It was really fun, as always, to have you in chat.
I'm gonna go with this, and I'm going to gain as many blues as you have reds. Oh my gosh, I love this. Hypnotic Basin. Hypnotic Basin.
And I'm passing.
Oh my gosh, the turns have been very fun and nice pace. So I can just keep doing Chalice of Life until
as long as you've blue.
Chalice of Life forever. Okay, I'm gonna keep drinking my drink and keep putting Chalice of Life. So basically, here's the 2, and then I get a green back.
I saw a comment in there. Who said it? Just sorry. Yeah, you want to get your friends to the point where they can draft the cards, but they're just always teaching it for the first time.
Oh,
yep. I've had those games too, where I've read and heard that they are really amazing games that grow. The depth grows as you play it more, and I just get stuck in the cycle of always introducing people to the game, but never getting that second play. The second game of something is like the funnest, the most fun game. I find, because you're just not thinking about the rules anymore. You're not really having to think too hard about them, and then you're really kind of getting more into the strategy and the interaction. My favorite thing is being able to play a game and then roll it back and play it immediately afterwards.
So yeah, Brutal Dan, yes. Chalice of Life for life. That was so fun. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you didn't, anyone saw it. Look at how much I made. The chalice. Move the. I know that the bow is for show. Maybe swap those two. That was so fun. A fun one to look at. It felt like I wasn't doing that correctly. That felt so good. Yay! That was super fun. Okay. I wore out all my blues, so I can't do any more. And I can't flip. Ago. I don't have a green.
You're doing good, man.
Oh my gosh, so fun. Okay, I'm good. I don't think I can do anything else. Because I turned that.
Joe Sundo says, I teach Zombicide to people frequently, and I've memorized most of the rules. There are a lot. Zombicide is one of those ones that's like, when you're playing it, it feels easy. Feels easy to play. And then you teach it to someone who hasn't played a lot of board games, and you realize this is not half as easy as I think it is. I've done that before, where I convince myself it's very easy, and then it's almost like a light intro game, and then I play with someone who I've taught it to a couple people in the past, where they don't play a lot of board games, and they had an okay time, and then at the end they were like, that was pretty difficult and complicated.
And Andrew's like, and noted. Like,
okay, I need to remember this, because sometimes I've played too many games and I forget what it's like when you haven't played that many games.
Yeah, and you want people to have a good time.
I always want people to have a good time.
And you want the fit to be right. And so, yeah, it's a good thing to remember, especially when you get deep into the board games, because those people could probably totally like a different game and maybe work up towards that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it is interesting. A game that once you're playing it or know it very well, it feels very easy breezy.
90% of the Zombicide is just searching or rolling dice and attacking things, but you do need to understand.
Does it have line of sight and stuff like that?
Barely, yeah. There's a little bit, but it's not a big part of the game. And then, but there's enough things to consider, enough little, not edge cases, but to make a good decision for your turn on what you want to do, search or move or attack. You do need to understand other parts of the system, and that's where the complication comes in, I think. So there's a lot of hate for Zombicide out there, though. So I think it's like a popcorn. It's like watching a Marvel movie.
It's just it's fun and entertaining. Yeah. Also, Andrew just likes to like things, and so it's fun to like it.
I find Zombicide. Maybe we're getting we're moving on a tangent here, but I feel like there's so many different Zombicides out there. It's like you just find the theme that you like, and then that's the one you own. And you don't I know there's people out there who own multiple copies of Zombicide, different versions of it and stuff, but it's totally unnecessary. You just need one. Just find the one you like.
The one that speaks to you.
The one that speaks to you. We have the sci-fi, the fantasy one. I know there's a sci-fi one. They just came out with a Western one. They've got the normal, modern day one. Yeah. Anyways.
this speaks to me. This chalice of life for life. Hashtag chalice of life for life. It is definitely, yes, hype, hype, hype. Also, I feel like I would drop the flex emotes as well. Danny's flex emotes with, I want to leave the chalice of life, like emotes, or not emotes, but pieces there.
Oh, my magic artifact. Brutal Dan, man.
Thank you so much.
I've both...
Bye, Atticus!
Oh, thanks for joining us in chat, and just for joining us in general. Thanks so much. Always love having you.
Have a good sleep.
Yeah. P and I have been like, we've heard some bad stories of backseating, and so we always put no backseating up on our tags, or some like they sound like they wouldn't be fun experiences. But this is great. This is amazing.
We should do is like, please backseat if you're nice.
If you're a nice person and we like you, backseat.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, I think it was just a few streamers had mentioned that there's some pretty, like, aggressive people. And I think Andrew and I talk about how we like playing games. We're usually not playing at our highest strategic level when we're streaming.
Yeah,
we just want to chat and play and talk. So that's what you selected. And now I'm going to select something. I'm going to select Death and Life. Wait, draw 3 cards and add them to discard 3. Ooh. I don't know.
That one's because I had it earlier. It just gets you more options in your hand. Legends DM. I enjoy Massive Darkness, similar to Zombicide. Yes, I heard they're very similar. Haven't played Massive Darkness myself, but I did back the 2nd edition, which seems like they are differentiating the systems quite a bit. But could be mostly because Massive Darkness looked like maybe a variant on Zombicide when the original edition. But
I'm gonna try this because it seems fun.
Joe Sundo, I'll try to backseat, but I don't know the rules, so I'll just shout out colors.
yeah, do it. What do I mix these? Do I or do I select specific ones?
Shuffle and draw one.
Okay.
Brutal Dan says, do you like Arcadia Quest? It's one of my favorite games. Brutal Dan, it is on a game. I would love to play Arcadia Quest. I have hovered my finger over the purchase button for Arcadia Quest and Starcadia Quest so many times and not clicked on it. And the reason I haven't is because I have a whole row of games. I've got Zombicide right next to Rum and Bones, and then I've got Massive Darkness 2nd edition coming, and I don't want too many games overlapping, but Arcadia Quest sounds super cool, and I really want to play it so that I know whether or not I should buy it, because I like the chibi art style. I like miniatures as well. So, but I'm glad you like it. So for anyone who doesn't know, Arcadia Quest, it's a dungeon crawl, but it's a competitive dungeon crawler, which sounds super interesting to me. Legend DM says Massive Darkness 2 looks really good, and with each character being very different. Yeah, that's the thing that kind of sold me on Massive Darkness 2 was how different each character was. And Jessar says, I know the game pretty well, so I can help if as needed.
Yeah, I just...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brutal Dan says, I think if you like Zombicide, you'd like Arcadia Quest. It's not co-op, it's PvP, but it's so cute, and the chaos and dice. Yeah.
I love dice.
Like, I think there's a place and a time for a good, like, it's like watching a popcorn movie, just like...
Having fun.
You're just having fun. You're not strategizing at the highest level necessarily, but you're rolling some dice. You're attacking some people,
there's
some
like,
monsters.
Like good dramatic moments. Mm-hmm. Your turns are fun. Honestly, it's all y'all's fault. We live in opposite corners of the U.S. I agree. What the heck? Legends, remember Andrew give Pia 100 games right now and then buy 100 games more. Legends DM is strategizing a way for Andrew to get more games.
We might need to get a different closet. We need a second closet to start filling all those games up with, because we've already filled one closet. But Grizzly Disc says, I accidentally bought Dwellings at Eldervale today.
How did you
accidentally get it?
Let us know.
Yeah, I need to know that story. We got it
skip dinner
for a couple weeks to make up for it. Nice. I got Dwellings of Eldervale. So all the hype came out for it over like the Christmas time when the Kickstarter fulfilled, and I was like, this looks really cool. I want to get my hands on it, and I was like, I'll probably get it next time the second Kickstarter runs or whatever. And then somewhere I saw they had like 200 copies that they were selling, or maybe it was more than that. It was like maybe 500 copies that they were selling directly through their website, and I jumped on that very quickly. I was like, I don't want to wait for the next Kickstarter. I'm getting in there and I'm getting it. I think they sold pretty quick.
Brutal Dan, did your finger accidentally slip? I've given up waiting for Calyx to be available again, and I'm just buying more games.
Are Calyx sold out right now?
Is there a Calyx shortage? Is
the worst? Not the worst part of the COVID. But
I wonder. I mean,
an unintended consequence of
yeah.
the world. Like, is that maybe that's associated with the shipment shortage that's been happening,
or the board game surge?
Board game surge, yeah.
Or just people at home trying to organize their stuff.
So we are in a new turn, even though we're.
So then, do I move all these Chalice of Life into? Oh, this is so cool.
That is actually really cool. And I'm pretty jealous.
And I flipped all the things up, and then this is the card that I drew. This is the new card.
Blue,
this is super fun. And then it's your turn, right? Oh, I have to get all the stuff. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, get all your little your hands.
You know what? This is really suited to my tendency to just hoard resources.
Ooh, and
because
this pops up to
blue.
Alright, so I've got 4 points, BM. Where are you at? Where are you at these days?
I'm at 0 points, but I'm making moves later. This is so cool. Okay, I'm so excited.
All right, and I go first, so I'm gonna just start us off with a good old Hand of Glory, grabbing those skulls.
That makes sense. Justar says there's lots of COVID-related things to the supply chain, social distancing, in cutting manufacturing, longer time at port waiting to pass customs. That makes sense. Yeah, especially like I think Andrew and I were appalled that there was like not supports, especially with like our food, like the meat packing plants in
that they kept them open.
Yeah,
and didn't support
in the
workers.
US.
Yeah. There's a lot of terrible things that happen.
Oh, the nationally IKEA won't ship out of area even if some have Calyx. Interesting. Hornist, hey, good evening, good morning, good whatever, insert time zone to you. Hornist, what was the best part of your day today? I'm curious. Andrew danced around the apartment with our baby, and I found the food and drink section of Twitch, and I love it.
Brutal. Okay, I gotta go to sleep. I can't believe you stayed up with this late. But thank you so much, Brutal Dan.
And thanks for your help in the game. Thank you for showing me how to use the Chalice of Life, hashtag Chalice of Life for life. And yeah.
Also, we look forward to playing on Board Game Arena, playing Res Arcana with you and Benita.
I'm following up on that.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
Oh, and bye, Ambi.
Oh, Ambi, good night. Yes, thank you so much for the raid.
Yeah,
really appreciate it.
I want to see that VOD of you making emotes and stuff. Hornets, a clean house was achieved. Oh man, that was my goal today. It didn't happen, but it's okay.
There's always tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow. We did a little bit of cleaning. One of the things we try to do is clean before the stream, because we would clean before game nights, and since we are not doing big game nights anymore, well, not right now with social distancing, we are using it as a prompt to like, we're gonna stream today, so we're gonna pretend that people are coming over, and it's actually nice because it limits our time cleaning and more time playing.
Legends Museum says, everyone just pretend it's 7:08 p.m. and stay here because it's 7:08 in Hawaii. Yeah, just close your eyes and be like, I'm in Hawaii.
Put yourself in that mindset. No. Be in Hawaii. I suggest a mukbang streaming couple, and you're just like, oh my gosh, Jassar, please. Yes, I love that.
Also, the Hornet says played a few games on Board Game Arena this evening.
Ooh, did you like it?
Let us know what game. Did you play this game a few times? Or was it other games?
Played a few games on BGA. So, what did you play? Was it new to you? Was it repeats of games you've played before?
Such a great resource. And it's free. It's great.
Thanks for all the poop emotes.
Whose turn is it?
All
I've done was hand glory.
Ooh.
And then, have you done anything?
I'm playing this. I'm getting a nightingale, blue and green. Oh my gosh, it feels like I worked towards it, and now I'm getting it. It feels so good. Okay.
Ooh, what does that mean? That's an interesting action on this card. Philosopher's Stone. Do I want this? Alright. Actually, I don't. I'm gonna discard the Philosopher's Stone for 2 blues.
Okay. Brutal Dan, he's not here anymore, but he recommended I do this, and it's such a great play. It makes way more sense now to me because it has way more points. So I'm going to get the Coral Castle, which I decided out of all the locations was probably my favorite one because it probably is warm there. So 5 blues,
Let's get the art for this up on the stream here.
4, 5 reds. Oh no! Oh wait, no! I'm doing this all wrong.
Art is super cool.
I'm doing this all wrong. I can't get it yet. I have a move I need to do before I do it. So what I need to do...
So you're saying you're going for the Coral Castle?
Oh, shoot. Huh? You're not going to be able to get it before I get it.
We'll see.
Oh, no. It's up for... Wait, hold on. I got a now 2, 4, 5. I need to make sure that I have enough for it. Shoot. Now Andrew's making me feel like... he's going to... Okay, what do I have? A green, a
We'll
blue.
just see what's going to happen. Brutal Tan, sorry I had to hop back in and say a druid with a nightingale familiar and a fashion bow. Like, come on, that's a win.
It is like so thematically. Oh man, yeah, I was sitting on that and I didn't really even realize how good that is. Yeah, because these cards, how many artifacts do you get? That seems like a perfect like hand thematically speaking.
Definitely want to play the draft one. Next time we play the draft version.
Okay, green.
I could see that.
2 greens.
You could get a really cool little deck of cards going.
Man, this transmutation thing was a very good grab when I grabbed it. Oh, I really like this. I'm gonna play this. I want to play this tomorrow morning.
All right, I'm using the Horn of Plenty. Going to generate some essences here. So a Death Eater.
Let's all have a road trip to Hawaii. I'm there, just Czar. Haven't played Res Arcana yet. Played Paris Connection, Sushi Go, Caravan, Lucky Numbers, and Welcome to. Ooh, Hornus. That sounds like a very good day. Kumi says, can you come pick us up from Australia first? Sorry to hop back on. Oh yeah, Andrew read that.
Okay.
Won't you just come? Won't you rather us come to you? You're the one with COVID. Yeah, mostly Australia definitely knows what they're doing a lot more compared to us over here in the US. I started looking at pictures from Sydney 18XX Con this past weekend.
Oh man.
Actually, we've been watching we are not big sports people and not big car people, but we've been watching the Formula One
Drive to Survive on Netflix.
Yes, and so it's just about Formula One. Again, here's another moment. I can't believe Pia is talking about Formula One, but like in the 3rd season they talk about COVID, and it's just like it's crazy to see what was the understanding at that time, and like kind of the questions and conversations people were having early in COVID, and then be here now. It was just nuts, you know? And then actually...
Tricky 20, yes! Drive to Survive!
Yeah!
Tricky 20, have you started season 3 yet? Because we just started it. We're 2 episodes in. Also, why I haven't been playing games online the last few days. Because...
We've
just been watching that.
Yeah,
so.
Andrew, Drive to Survive has been cutting into Andrew's Apex time. And then, so here's my move, Andrew. Watch this. I'm going to get the Coral Castle.
Yeah, I had no chance of getting that, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you definitely made me nervous about getting it. And that's some of Andrew's favorite things is in games, not actually
put the pressure on a little bit.
Yeah, not actually messing with people. Sometimes he's able to achieve that. But Andrew loves the tension of people feel that he may mess with them. It's for Andrew, it's the threat of someone messing with. Like, honestly, you don't really mess with people, I think, that much. I feel like I'm acting like your persona is like Andrew will mess up your game, but you just like the threat of that. It makes the game a little spicy, a little tense.
All right, so I am going to 3 of these. What are they called again? 3 calms, 3 Ilans.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
I grew up in a race town. It has a pretty famous U.S. track through the town.
3 lives.
Although the town is very small. Oh, crazy. Yeah, we always talk about like
clearing myself out here.
What it's like when the races like take over like Monaco or whatnot. Yeah, that's nuts. Oh, someone's saying bye. Bye, Hornus. Thanks for jumping in and just letting us know how your day was, and we love chatting with people.
Lair.
So any amount of time you can spend, it's always appreciated. Have a good night. Kawaii Plays, hi! Great to see you too. I'll link the town in Discord. Awesome. Yes, excellent. We are playing Res Arcana. We spent about 30 minutes talking about a stream Benita did with Anna Maria, and it was great. And then we just started playing this. This is our first playthrough. Typically, I'm very afraid to play games for the first time on stream because I have a really hard time playing new games. One of the reasons why Andrew has such a large collection that we have never played. But it's been so helpful. The chat's been so helpful, pointing out things that we could do if we wanted and helping us with some of the turns. So I don't know if you've played this before, but also, how are you? What did you do today? Any highlights from the day?
Tricky20 says that he recorded all the races. And we can watch them in real time. And also, he started season 3 and it's on episode 4. So I think he must be 2 episodes ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fascinating seeing because the documentary, they're showing everyone's real-time reactions to when COVID was just starting, and everyone was kind of dismissing it as some people it's going to be a couple. Some people were. And Lewis Hamilton was the one who was outspoken about closing down, which was I knew I liked him before, but I was like, yeah, he's seems like a good guy. But
Cash is king.
Cash is king was his line.
About why people weren't closing down.
Mm-hmm.
Or why at that point they weren't.
They were trying to push ahead even though there were confirmed cases on the track. Anyways, it was really interesting just to kind of relive that moment.
Especially because like back then everyone thought it was like don't touch.
Yeah, and it was all about touching things and no one was wearing masks. So it was like, oh, how ignorant we all were.
Well, even
or not ignorant, but just like naive, I guess.
We went to a protest early COVID, and there was like a sign up sheet somewhere, and a pen had fallen, and I like don't like trash, and so I was like, I picked it up to like put it back on the like stand that it was on, and then Andrew was like, we don't have any hand sanitizer, and I was like, oh no. So I was like holding my hand out until we got to the car, because that was like the thing, was like your hand touching other people's hands or other things that was touched. So it was really like, I didn't forget it, but I just didn't really think about that. So we were reminiscing.
Legend GM says, did I hear Dragon Slayer? You did. The Dragon Slayer right here. I just earned it.
Wait, actually, can you show everyone my Coral Castle that I earned too?
I think I showed it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very cool. So these are been earned here. These are places of power that we're fighting over. Legends DM says, I have a toy of Singe, the dragon from Dragon Slayer. Oh, Dragon Slayer, the arcade game. Yeah, it might be might need to use Singe if I was on stream. Yes.
Yes.
That sounds fun. Here is your Coral Castle back. OMG, I'm the worst with new games, especially on stream. Yeah, we try not to play completely new. We try to do at least a couple practice rounds.
Yeah, like start the game a little bit earlier in that day. But I think one of the reasons that I think I have to let go of my self-consciousness of it is because we're trying to use our stream as a way to like get through our new games. At some point, we won't be able to do some early playthroughs.
Did you go? You were moving some stuff around. Yeah.
Okay. We won't get some early playthroughs. And so, but also I think I was just worried that everyone would be like, Pio, what the hell are you doing? And no one has been that way so far. And everyone has been so helpful. So, yeah, I'm definitely
I was going to do my
getting
research
over
thing.
that today.
And do that, and that allows me to draw a card. Your turn.
Oh, I'm with Biggie Popham right now, and let me just say, I think I know why they call him Biggie Popham. What? How? Oh gosh, can I delete comments? Why did the bot approve that?
Wait, what happened?
What? What are you talking about, Red?
I'm with Big Heap Wampa right now, and let me just say, I think I know why they call him Big Heap Wampa Dig.
Did he just take your phone, Red, and write that? Turkey 20, it was a good reminder about how scary COVID was when quarantine first started. Yeah, there were so many unknowns and like just not a lot of clarity with it.
Says yes, he did type that. You grabbed your phone. Just sorry, I haven't had a chance to play Arcana expansion since I got it. Let me know what it includes. If it just includes more cards that can be drafted,
I'm all about that.
I'm all about that type of expansion. If it adds new mechanics, I usually
what do you mean like new mechanics? Like new
if
cards
it was like I don't know what type of mechanic, but if they had a totally different mechanic that it added, I have a hard time with those expansions just because I don't play the games enough to
be trying to
add the modules to them. I tend to, if it's more variety, I appreciate it because each time I play it, just increase the variety of what can happen. But if it is some sort of like module that adds a whole new mechanic, maybe a fighting mechanic or something like that, then I just struggle with it. I just struggle ever getting those played.
It's a small box, so it's not huge. Okay. Well, if you get a chance to, I think. Oh wait, Justar says I think it's another place of power or two.
Okay.
Ooh, I might dig it up now. Oh, sorry, we didn't mean to make you look for it, but if you're willing to, we'd love to know.
Turns are so fast.
Yeah, turns are fast. Let's see. I'm gonna go. You don't have any blues, so I can't use this. And then react to. I can't react. Okay, let me walk through this. I can't react. I can't turn this. I can't turn this. I can't turn this. So I am. Wait. React. Check victory now. Oh, I can't check victory. 3, 4. Okay, I'm done.
You're passing?
Yeah.
Here you go.
I decided to do the in-between and look it up on BGG. Good call. Let me be helpful and lazy all at once. Yes. I think you won that.
All right. Do I have any more actions? I can do this, which gets me
I really like this game.
2 golds. And then I'm going to pass as well. Remember to swap out your item.
Okay, I'm going to swap it out. Yeah, this is, again, Andrew was saying this was a game that he wanted to learn before I start work again at the end of the week, because then we have a shorter game. In theory, right? Shorter game. It's supposed to be, what?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. We've definitely dragged it out way long.
30 to 60 minutes. I would assume 2 players would be 30, but
I definitely have. I know I want to play this. I could definitely see myself playing this after work. It's not too intense. So I'm gonna grab.
Justar says it has 4 places of power, 12 artifacts, 4 mages, 4 monuments, and 2 magic items. Also rules for a 5th player. Oh, that seems like it's not really adding too much. Magic items. These are magic items, yep. So does that all just get added to it? It's just more things to choose from and to work towards? Or are you then having to choose which... I'm thinking out loud. You don't have to answer this. But, because I feel like if it was just... I don't think it would mess up the balance of the game, but if it was just you add 2 more places of power and all the things to the choices, then that's simple. But if when I'm setting up I have to choose which ones to leave out and which ones to include, that like just that choice can sometimes make me choose another game. I don't know why.
Really? Oh, well, I guess, and that's a little bit of a insight to our life. Andrew does all the setup.
All the learning.
He
draw your card, and then we will start the next round.
I definitely do not help out in that sense. So if a game requires too much thinking to set up, it's like gonna be him.
And you get to start us off.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, just sorry, I haven't looked through the rules. Presumably you choose what to add based on player count. Oh, okay, that makes enough sense.
Okay, so I should flip this over, right? Or I can reset all of these. Okay.
And then we collect our resources.
Oh yes.
Can't forget to do that. Green and red. Joe Sundos asked Brildan if Arcade Quest is something you can play online. Joe Sundo, I think Brutal Dan went to sleep, although he might have left a lurk view going.
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure. I mean, you're choosing with the places of power anyway, since they're all double-sided.
Oh, that's technically true. Yeah.
Let's see. I am gonna go with. Oh, actually, I didn't grab my pieces. Sorry. 2 blues.
I think what I mean by that is like if the game is then you have to somehow. Instead of just, if there's a bunch of cards, you have to sort the cards beforehand and then shuffle, and then choose 3 sets out of the 5. That's actually not too bad.
I don't know what type of game are you thinking of? Yeah. Also, there's a full moon right now. It looks really cool.
Oh, that's cool. Basically, if the game was really easy to just get out, shuffle, and then put it out there, versus having to do more setup.
I don't know if Jassar can answer that because
he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
They don't need to. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Oh yeah, it's just you're just talking about what games become or like what
basically,
what expansions.
When I have like a good example would be Splendor is a game I've never bought an expansion for because I feel like the base game is perfect for what it's trying to do. Like if I added anything to it, it wouldn't be that entry-level game, and then I would have to start sorting through things every time I open the box to play with people.
Oh,
but
got it.
When it's just that core experience, I can just open the box, set it up in half a second, and then be playing. Versus if there was 2 expansions in the box, then I would have to like sort through the materials, figure out what's in the expansion, what's not, and yeah.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Tricky 20. Age of War is super easy to set up. Yes, it is.
Tricky 20, always all about the Age of War, and as he should be. That is a very fun game. Also, Tricky 20. We have a game that I feel like you would like because you like Age of War, and it was giving me Age of War vibes, just with a little bit more. But if you can play Power Rangers, you can definitely play this. It's called 7 Summits.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a dice rolling push your luck, because I know you like push your luck. Oh, before Kwaiju leaves, thank you for dropping in and saying hi, and you have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's a game about climbing mountains, and you like climb, and if you roll poorly, then you fall off, and you have to go. Yeah, it's push your luck. So I feel like you would like it. Mm-hmm. Maybe on another time on the stream. We could play it. I'm gonna go. Let's see. I was telling Andrew Tricky 20 that I feel like our stream dreams have come true just because we've played more games, and part of it was playing Power Rangers with you. So now I want more stream dreams to come true. by trying to get you to play Seven Summit with us. Stream dreams. Okay.
GM, I have Age of War. I have a friend that stands up and laughs while rolling for Age of War. It is a very fun game, and the dice rolling, just using kind of that Yahtzee mechanic, is just tried and true. I love that it's Yahtzee just with more interaction, you know, or it's similar to Yahtzee but with a lot more interaction.
Yeah, we played it a lot at the hospital. I played it with my patients a lot. Let's see. Gain 1 blue for every red that you. No, I'll just wait. What if you use it though? Oh,
1 red.
I don't know if that's a good use of my. I'm gonna do it. Wait. Oh, my phone is going off because we have to put out our diapers for the diaper service to pick up. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get 1 blue for that 1 red.
Okay. I'm gonna use my reanimate ability.
Whoa!
Reanimate. My Hand of Glory. This Hand of Glory's coming. Very, very handy.
Oh yeah, we should say I used my hypnotic basin last turn, and next I'm going to I'm gonna use my. Ooh, wait. I'm gonna do divination and draw 3 cards and discard 3. Oh no! Well, okay. I can't draw 3 cards. Can I just do 2? Just Sar, if I can't complete. So my divination. Draw 3 cards, add 3. Add to hand, discard 3. I only have 3 in my deck. Can I do this divination? You'll draw as much as you can, but then you have to discard 3 because you can. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, good to know. That was awesome. That was so cool. I just asked Jassar
and you got
a specific question because earlier Jassar Brutal Dan was like pointing out moves that I like wasn't seeing, which is great because I wasn't paying attention. And then that was awesome. I could just like ask the world.
Yeah.
Not the world. I could ask Jassar. Or anyone in chat who knows this game. I'm not going to do that. Oh, I shouldn't have picked divination for this turn. Anyways, I'm going to do... That's just a kind of a waste, but that's okay. I'm still learning. So instead...
Sprawlopolis and Choose Your Own Adventure game is what I played while in the hospital back in December. Oh, great. Sprawlopolis is one I have and would love to play. It plays well solo, so I probably don't really have an excuse for why I haven't yet. But I would like to play it at 2 players. Joe Sundo, blue, green.
Yes, definitely. I'm definitely gonna do blue and green. I'm gonna do let's see. Oh, I don't think I put this back in, Andrew. Because it shouldn't be upright and have 1 here. Does that make sense?
You didn't grab off the card.
Yeah, I was supposed to put this here. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Because that's just a resource thing. Because what I have to do is I go here. Oh, wait. No, I did that. If gold is left on it. No. I did do that, and I was supposed to do that. That was a mistake.
That's your turn. This turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to use the Horn of Plenty to get...
Jassar, you are the world. It's crazy to just ask a question out like in thin air and then an answer appears.
It is.
Reanimate is my favorite magic item. Reanimate was so cool.
It is really nice. All right, I'm going to
No, I'm repeating that Pia can ask the world.
a fire and a calm.
The important thing to remember with resources on cards and monument places of power is you have to either take all or none during the collect phase. Got it. Okay. So if gold is left, okay.
And it's your turn.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna do this and push this here so I can grab more of two resources or 3 resources. 2 resources. Okay, I'm gonna go.
So as gold builds up on there, you want to grab them off, but you have to grab all of them off. That's what. Okay, so
yeah.
You're gonna have to forego that ability at some point.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So it's probably like every other turn you want to do that. So you turned it. Did you put another gold on it then?
No.
I think you should have.
But I thought I had to grab the gold from here.
No. Anytime it's on that side, you're gaining it.
Oh, I was doing that wrong then, but that's okay. We can keep moving. I think I grabbed that gold from here, but I rather just keep going. Now I know. I will grab 2. What was I? I was gonna do something. Oh, I was gonna get two for.
Ooh, Legends DM. Where did you get the Baby Yoda emote?
From Dutch Yoda, probably.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right?
Yeah, down arrow on the cards. Place.
Oh, got it. Down arrow, like
that.
Here. Okay.
Yeah.
Place the resource on the card.
Is that your turn? Okay, I am going to play the mermaid.
Yeah, I think what I was doing, not Legends.
1 blue and
just
2
saw
greens.
was I was moving some of the resources from my
2 blues and 1
container
green.
into those. But now I know. That's good. Any gain otherwise goes directly to your bank. Got it. Okay. I'm going to go... Oh, you can't even do it. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to draw 1 card. In your turn.
I am going to use the mermaid to place a skull on the catacombs of the dead.
Things.
Actually, no. I'm going to do that to place a gold on the dragon's lair.
Man, a reanimate would have been really nice. I don't think I can.
I shouldn't have used it on the card I used it on. I should have saved it. It's your turn.
Yeah, I know. I am trying to figure out if I should do. I just gotta get more. So I'm gonna turn this in to get to red. Actually. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what is a good... Because you're working towards that. I don't think
the
you're
Baby Yoda is for a streamer in Hawaii that just chats.
Oh, okay. Then it's not Dutch Yoda. I thought it was Dutch Yoda.
Just sorry. Very often when you spend resources to place them on cards, you'll effectively do that since you'll be spending the resource type that goes on the card. Yeah. Yeah, you'll effectively be putting them on the card from your bin, but technically they're going back and then coming out.
Got it. Okay. My turn is over. Whoa, look at all the emotes. So we set up an old TV that we had that we were actually trying to get rid of because we upgraded a TV.
Two more skulls.
We've had this old TV and upgraded the other TV. Like,
your turn.
When did I start my job at the hospital? It was probably 5 years ago. We were just sitting on this old TV for 5 years, and we just it's a perfectly decent TV, but we've set it up behind the
stream now.
The stream now, so now we're not awkwardly looking away from each other, and it's been really nice, especially because I can see the emotes really well now. I was always looking over at Andrew's. Oh, sorry, I keep moving the table with my knee. I am out of turns.
You're passing?
Yeah.
Okay. Swap out your item.
Oh, I can't get reanimate because you're still there? Oh, okay.
All right. I'm doing the Catacombs of Power. Oh, wait, no. I'm not using that. I'm just spending 5 skulls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to place a skull in here.
Oh, okay. I shouldn't do that. That's on me. I should know better.
And then, you passed. And then I'm going to use the Dragon's Lair to gain 2 gold.
What I should have done is gotten more chalice.
Use the Catacombs there to place another skull.
Andrew's gonna do well. He's got a lot of skulls. He's got a lot of skulls in his catacombs.
I think I'm good. I'm done.
Did you win?
No, I've got 7 points.
3, 4, 5.
All right. I'm passing. Reanimate goes back.
Ooh, new emote. Oh, that's awesome. Man, it's so cool to be able to see the chat. And it's so much bigger.
I'm gonna get research. Okay. And then everything comes back, and we get our hand symbol. Draw a card. Did you draw a card?
I'm gonna draw it.
And then get all your hand symbol stuff or things on cards if you'd like.
So if 2 gold is left, then I get 2 random resources. Is that right?
So if any number of gold is left, then you get 2 random resources. Or not random, but wild.
2 wild. 2 wild resources. That's not gold. Ooh,
So
maybe I
get a
could have
blue,
challenged you for that.
Green, red, and a blue, and a green,
So I get 4.
and a black.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, I get so many.
I forgot about that when Pia could have drawn then discarded. Also remember that you can use an action to discard a card for gold. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, this is so helpful getting... we should play more games that chat knows. They can help us. This is great. So then I grab... So this is my grab, the gold, right?
Yeah,
Does
but
I
then
grab
you
that?
won't be able to do that action. Wait. Yeah, so you...
Because I cashed in on that.
I don't think you can do both.
I'm not doing that top. If I have 2 gold on the thing, then I can grab... Oh, I just grab it. I don't get the gold back.
I think you're either grabbing the gold off or using that ability.
Oh, okay. Then I think I want what I got. Instead of getting the gold.
Ooh, Duchess new emote. Look at that. It's like a snake
And then I
dragon
flip this,
with a
and I get 2 blue.
crown. That's cool.
Is it a water dragon, which I've been trying to earn but haven't been able to? And then a blue and
Jassar
green.
sounds like a pro Res Arcana. Pia, you should challenge Jassar and Res Arcana. I've played like 1,000 different games, and I'm often the person teaching. Yes, I feel you there, Jassar. I am almost exclusively the person teaching the game.
Yeah, absolutely. The one time I tried to teach a game, Andrew just was reveling in how badly I was doing it. Because I was like, Andrew, like...
Well, so before that, I would always teach a game, and then Pia would have a lot of feedback for me on how I taught the game.
But this is because...
Which made me a better teacher, Although it made me a better teacher for a very specific type of player.
Me.
Not necessarily for everyone. But generally a better teacher. But then when she taught, and then she didn't do any of the things that she gave me feedback on, it felt great. It felt like retribution. I was like, oh, so those things are not as easy to remember when you're in the middle of teaching, huh?
I learned from some people like a lot of the rules like up front, and like they'll ask a lot of questions until like all the rules have been told to them. For me, if I get too much information at one time, like I just start forgetting things. So I need kind of like what you're doing, just kind of prompting like through it so that I can like, oh, be reminded. Andrew said that earlier, but now it actually is applicable. But the game I tried to teach Andrew and other people, it was taught to me. It was taught to me by, it was like it's a very fun group, but it was, everyone was using English as their bridge language. So it was like a French guy who ran a gaming shop in China with 2 German guys, and like I think the way they taught it was they just showed me how to play it rather than explain it, which that's how I learned. But then when I was trying to explain it, I was like, I don't know how to explain this other than just like playing out, like just showing everyone what the turns look like. I'm like, this is not working well. Is
it your turn?
Big. Oh, no. Big,
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Oh no. But anyways,
just excited to do my turn.
Sorry, big.
I'm gonna forget it.
Big props to those who teach games. And with that, I will do my turn. I promise.
I'm gonna forget my turn. You gotta do it.
This is the metagame. Confuse Andrew so he forgets his turn. Okay, I'm gonna get the Sacred Grove. One.
They don't go on there.
I know. I just want a 2, 4.
Oh, 8 life. That's crazy.
6, 8. I gotta lean into the druid motif.
Jassar says, Legend says, I'm the teacher of games in my group. Jassar, you also buy more games than many people I know. Yeah, I have the same problem, Legend GM. I buy the games, so I have to teach them. I'm also, Joe Sundo says, I'm also the same as Pia. I prefer Pia's learning style, says Jassar.
Yeah!
I bought a lot of games in the last 10 years. I can't understand. Joe Sundown says, I can't understand any rules until we're playing. I'm in some ways the same way. If I've seen the rule before and played it in a different game, then I pick up on it quickly. But if it's new or it's explained in a very different way, then I have a hard time imagining it until I'm actually moving the pieces around.
Which is one of the reasons why we wanted to play this game now. Yeah, because
Dragon's Tooth. Dragon's Tooth.
Since it's on BGA, we wanted to learn the physical copy so that we could play with people online. Is your so that was it? Dragon's Tooth? Okay. I'm gonna go, so I did that. And then I'm gonna do
One of my friends says that to me. Waits to ask questions until I start my turn. Yeah, that is one thing. When you're in charge of teaching a game, I feel like that uses like a quarter to half my brain power, and so my strategizing is always taking a big hit. Because I'm also trying to pay attention to other people's turns to make sure they're doing it correctly and understand what they're doing.
Yeah, because you don't want them to get bummed out because they could have done something, but it's also like you can only pay attention to so many people. Andrew, can you explain this card to me? Destroy something on here and then place a dragon in a thing
for 4 less resources.
So what's a dragon?
Anything with a dragon in the top right.
Okay, I don't have that. So I'm going to use this for resources.
I think you tried to play a dragon at some point.
Yeah, a water dragon, aka a crocodile, my hairpin, but it probably wasn't the best move.
I'm going to use these 2 fires to place 3 fires. Oh wait, that's not one that exhausts the card. It just is in action.
A couple of my friends. Oh yeah, I can't understand any rules until we're playing. Oh wait, you said it. Sorry. Did you read Jassar's comment, Andrew?
Context is king for me.
No, a couple of my friends will bring games to a full stop until they have 100%. That's actually
I've taught a game like I brought San Juan on a trip once with a couple coworkers, and I was like, oh, this is like not that hard of a card game, we can play it. And they wanted to look at every card in the deck before playing, before we started. That's when I realized that some people learn very differently than me. Because I'm like, let me just start playing cards and then I'll see some of them, you know.
I wonder if it, like, everyone falls on a spectrum of, like, how much, like, rules you want up front versus later. Because I wonder if, because Andrew's so used to me who, like Joe, like, needs the rules, like the onboarding of the rules as it's coming along. So you had an extra hard time because you're always teaching games for me in that way, and then you were playing with people on the complete other side of the spectrum.
Daryl R is back from lurking. How's the rest of Arcana Ing? It's going well.
I really like it.
It's a fun game, and I think we're ramping up towards the end here.
Yeah.
Legends DM. I played the physical copy of Wingspan 3 times, but it made it easier for me to jump into the game on Switch, and probably played over 50 times this year, but I can play a game of Wingspan on Switch in 12 minutes. Whoa. That's impressive. The app version of that game looks really, really cool.
Can you help me understand this real quick? So
You can either exhaust this and get rid of a blue to gain 5 life, or you can exhaust this and an animal like your nightingale to put a green on here,
and
then you get 1 point per green. That's on
okay. I want to do that. Actually, maybe I don't want to do that first. I want to do transmutation, which gets me. I'm gonna do 2 greens or 3 greens. 4
I'm gonna research.
Reds.
Research. Green. To draw a card. And it's your turn again.
I'm gonna go with gain a blue for every red you have. That's not very much. You can block my green. I'm gonna do 2 blues. Okay, your turn.
I am going to play the Horn of Plenty. The Horn of Plenty. Always a fun one. And I'm going to get 3 reds. 1, 2, 3. And it's your turn. Man, these turns whip by when you're focused.
Now when you know
let's do this.
What is happening?
I think this. Yeah.
I'm gonna flip this, and then flip my nightingale to do to put a green
on the sacred grounds. All right, I am going
Just
to
one of my friends needs to research ahead of time too. I'm really happy that one of my full stop rules friends really enjoy 28 Chesapeake this weekend. The other friend started buying more 18X, so Operation Infection is a success.
Check out this fire dragon coming out into my tableau. Summoning the fire dragon for free, mind you, because of my dragon's tooth.
Does Ambi play 18X games? I think I've seen her talk about it.
Half price.
And I'm only starting to learn. When you put resources on the powers from those resource pool, not your person. Oh, when you put resources on this. Oh.
Yeah, just like the rest of the game.
Oh my gosh.
Always coming from here.
Like that?
Yeah.
I did not do that, but I haven't done that for any of these yet.
I think we've corrected you on this.
Oh
more
my
than
gosh.
once.
This is what happens. I learn it. I like try it one way, and then I've been corrected, but I like have somehow learned it in that way. My goodness. Okay, I'm going to be very, very organized. The little arrow means we get it. Okay. Oh, they're both hardcore. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. 18XS, XX. I am interested in playing someday. I don't have the group to do it with. I don't think anyone is interested enough in trains that I know to play them. Although the economic piece and the stock manipulation, that all seems... They seem very, very interactive, which is what is attractive to me about them. Mm-hmm. I wish someone would make an 18XX game that does not involve trains or stocks. I think they could rename the trains and rename the stocks to be thematically something else, maybe influence and trade routes, or I don't know, influence and something.
Well, why don't you just do that? Why don't you do a in-person word band? No, when you play it, you just everyone's talking about trains, and you're like, "This is
my influence.
This is my influence."
City of Big Shoulders is close. Yeah, I've been interested in that one. I'm more or less fine with playing 18XX game. I want to do it just so I can experience it and see what they're like. But I think there's a missed opportunity that they are all train themed, because they seem like really interesting interactive games that could maybe broaden their appeal.
Oh, like if
they just break out from the train trappings, but I don't know how.
But you gotta try it first before.
Yeah,
but trains
I haven't played them, so maybe there's no way to retheme them. But I feel like any game could be rethemed to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Book of Nerds, I do the same thing, Pia. Thank you. Well, now I feel much better that I'm not the only one Book of Nerds. I learn it one way and I get stuck on it.
Oh, Book of Nerds here. Yeah.
Also, welcome.
You're welcome.
So I am gonna go with. I want more blue. I want. Let's see. 4, 5, 6.
Justar says they can probably teach us the 2 that they know. Which ones do you know?
I can turn
Joe
this.
Sundo. I played an 18xx game, but one of the players was too impatient for my newbiness, so it wasn't that fun. Ooh,
Yeah,
that is not a good experience.
Yeah, I always get super self-conscious about how long my turns are taking.
I like how the mermaid just delivers a resource to a.
It's not a resource, Andrew. It's calm.
Oh,
she delivers.
But
calm.
gold is a resource. It's just a resource, right?
An essence. It's the gold essence. It's still under essence.
I guess that's true. The essence of gold.
Let's see. Oh, I wish I could put this. I could do more of this. Okay. That can't be all I can do. I'm gonna go here. Oh, you're red. That's why people put stuff here, because then I can't, like this move, I can steal cards, or I can not steal, but gain essences.
Oh, based off of how much I have, yeah.
Yeah, but yours, all your red, your fire essence or Elan essences are hidden.
That, and I think it just kind of delays your access to them.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. It's part of that engine thing. Your turn's done. Okay. I am going to use my dragon lair, and I'm going to exhaust my dragon to place 2 gold on the dragon lair. The dragon's going to go out and collect some gold. Which brings me to 8.
Oh,
9,
no.
10 points.
I have 5.
11 points.
You're done. That was a race to 10.
Yeah, but we have to end the round.
How much
How many can you get? Can you catch up?
I can't. Oh my gosh, I want to play this again. So I can't. I don't have anything.
You got
Turn
nothing?
it to grab the green. Turn all rivals. Draw 1 card, but these are all used.
You got 7 points, by the way. 8 points.
8 points, but this is over. I can't draw 1 card when these are all.
What? You can always draw a card if there's cards in your discard. Is there something that allows you to draw a card?
Yeah, right here. But I thought I discarded them to get as resources. Can I still get them?
Yeah, they just get shuffled and put back into
your discard. Okay, so I should shuffle. Wait, I do have a... Wait. 2, 4, 6... 2, 4, 6... Okay. I do have... Chat. I do have a... It's that dragon that I was talking about. My hair clip. The water dragon in here. So it could be here. I can get... Oh, never mind.
So which one did you do? Oh, you used your Elvish Spell.
Yeah, but I forgot how many points the water dragon is, and it's not as powerful as I thought. But anyways, your turn. That was my turn. Was the... Well, that was exciting. I might be losing the game, but I might be getting 9 points to Andrew's 11.
My catacombs to place.
Oh, that was very exciting for me. I mean, it's a 1 in 3 chance, but that was still fun. Are you good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play this dragon, and I'm gonna do 2, 4. This is how I don't win a lot of games, but when I get to do this thing that I've been trying to do.
Justar says 1860 probably the best to play first. I did fine since I played a lot of adjacent games like Cube Rails, City of Shoulders, 18 Chesapeake. I wanted to play Optimal Move, and I just wanted to play randomly to see what would happen. You're a wizard, Pia.
What?
I was just definitely pulling levers to pull levers in my third play of 18 Chesapeake. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I play games the first time. I just try to do all the actions, see how they pull out. They you know,
how they
affect things, which obviously is, I mean, first plays of anything is never going to be optimal. It's fun to find a combo and hit that hard in your first play, but I don't always do that.
I played to lose the first time if I don't understand yet. Same here. Yeah, that probably makes sense. I think for my first turn, I'm trying to just like do as much of the game as I can so I know what it all feels like and looks like. And like, if anything, I learn from, maybe I don't learn from my mistakes very well, but like, I think sometimes I used to stay away from cards I didn't understand, and then Andrew was like, just buy the card or just play the card so that you learn it. And I was like, okay.
Oh, and then Joe sent out, I think we might have missed the story. It seems like someone was trying to make all their moves.
Oh, is that
they were too impatient and they were trying to make them do your moves for you.
Oh, yeah.
Also, for those of you guys who've played 18xx games, do you think it's possible to retheme them and not include trains? And if stocks could be something else, if that's possible at all, or is it just it's too ingrained in the game and there's no retheme possible?
The funny thing is, one of Andrew's favorite games. I mean, yes, I made this water dragon.
Okay.
It's funny because Andrew.
I am passing.
As much as he doesn't super like the train theme, he does like. Train games.
I don't dislike the train theme. I like Trains, the game, which isn't really a train game in the like tradition of train games, which is the 18xx games.
Oh, I was like, I like Trains.
Trains is great. The theme just doesn't do a lot for me, if that makes sense. And it's really hard for me to convince people I know to play.
That's probably the bigger thing. Is like if you were to ever get into train games, you wouldn't have anyone to play with, and then it would sit on the shelf, on the not shelf, on the floor.
The reason I have yet to buy any.
Yeah, that might be it. It's like it's less about being anti-train and it's more about being anti buying games that don't get played because your friends have an even more particular interest in certain themes.
Yeah.
Okay, so here. I can turn this so I can attack your... Oh, okay, I'm going to try something. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to do my L...
I thought you used that to get a card earlier. That's how you got your dragon, right?
No, I used... Oh, maybe I did. Yes, this is. Sorry.
This is your tendency
Classic.
to not stay organized. I'm not going to move the things because it's too much work. And
that's Andrew's.
And then you forget that you've done it. I'm like, oh, that's why you're supposed to move.
So I'm a much more organized person in real life than Andrew is, and but when I play games, I'm so disorganized. I don't know if it's just like my brain like lashing back, and it's like I will be disorganized right now. So if I do this, Andrew, turn here all.
Just like it says, I think stocks would be harder, but not impossible. You can make it about galactic space routes and galactic trade companies.
Andrew, can I do this? All rivals to attack 2 life essences, and you do have a...
I'm going to react. My temple and my element spring is going to block both of those, but it does cost me blue.
Okay, so if I do that and it's 2, then you have to do 2 of those.
Yeah,
right?
I blocked 1.
Oh, I should have been doing that more often because then I could...
Actually, they do have a question mark. That's a good point. I only have to do 1.
You only have to do 1. Oh, yeah. So this one can be however many.
Yeah,
the elemental
I would
spring.
have to... Ooh. Yeah, I would have to, I think...
So that's good to know because in the future I could probably do that more often because I was like, why would I do that if you could block it, but you still have to use resources, or I could do it multiple times and eventually like take down your shields per se. Okay, so that was my turn. Your turn.
I'm passed.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you could make it into galactic space.
Oh,
find a teach job. Oh yeah.
React.
There is a future-based 18xx. Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be interesting to me. Second time. I do feel like stocks... I know how specific they are, and I know in some of the 18x games they get really into like specifically what stock markets play out like. But I feel like influence or like in in some games they call it like your controller influence in different factions. I feel like that's just a different way of playing with stocks.
I have a question, Jassar, and this actually thematically, I feel like props because this is gonna make me laugh if this happens. So, Jassar, I left this gold in the vault so I could get 2 randoms, which now I'm regretting because I really want these golds, but I can't get them now, right? Since it's not the start of the turn and we can't use this little hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so painful. It's like I'm outside of the vault being like, I want my stuff back because check this out. There's 2 gold here and I could buy one of these and I could get 2 and I could tie you.
Oh.
But for some reason I was like, I'm just gonna willy-nilly get 2 random because I really wasn't understanding the pace. And if I knew that you were so close, I should have like started thinking about that a little more.
All right, are you done yet?
Oh man, sorry. I'm just thinking about how painful that is, but also that's a good story. Pia's gold just got locked up over
Classic Pia move here, just
hoarding. Not optimizing. Yep, that's it. I'm out.
You're out? You're passing?
Yeah, I don't got any more.
I win!
Dang it! I got 9 though. That
12.
was a lot closer.
Yeah, you were very close.
So if I hadn't done that, then I could have gotten 2... Or I could have gone 2, 9, 10, 11. So I would have still lost. But
yeah. Just our second time today I've seen you mention the possibility of moving. Yeah, are you trying to move, Justar? I don't have close ties to Vegas. I only moved here since I was laid off and no one was responding to rental sublet requests in cities I've been in before. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is a tough year to move. This is a tough year to move.
Yeah, for sure.
Unfortunately, you can't take them off until they collect phase, and you have 2 more gold in your inventory. Yeah, that would have been a perfect. Oh, yeah. The only thing that would have put me ahead in that case would have been passing when I did. I agree. In general, this game is.
Or I agree. The train stock theme is pretty dull, and the lack of fancy art doesn't do anything to counter that. In general, the theme, I tried to get to the 4 gold ASAP each round. That makes sense.
Me watching Pia for the first time, classic Pia.
I'm a pretty predictable player, which is why sometimes it's very fun for me to mess with people and do something different. But classic Pia, it's a very classic Pia thing to do, to hoard resources just because it feels good to get them, but not really be moving towards anything.
And then Justar says always pushing for 4 gold each round. Yeah, that makes sense because these monuments 2 points each, and then they give you a really cool ability. I probably should have, if I didn't get the Dragon's Lair, I would have been maybe pushing to use my gold.
That's a really good idea. It almost feels like the oversight we had with Rococo, where we didn't place. It's in the middle of the board, whatever it is to score your decorations,
statues or whatever.
We got completely distracted from it, and it could have been like easy points. It just is. It's a matter of remembering to do
Joe
it.
Sundo, I won. I got 12 points out last round,
and I got 9, and I could have gotten 2 more if I had taken my
played your resources slightly different.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
I'm gonna take a picture of this to remember it and be like, Pia, don't hoard things. This is This is what you need to remember. I love that it's in the vault. I think that's a perfect way to
I forgot about that rule. I remember reading it now. You can also spend 4 gold to take the top card. If you don't like the 2 out there, you can just top deck it and see, get whatever you get.
Oh, okay, because all monuments are 4. I'm assuming then.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you everyone for joining. That was a very long learning of a game that's supposed to be 30 to 60 minutes. But I had a lot of fun, and I appreciate everybody's help.
Joe Sundo, hoarding is dangerous. Glances at 30 right?
But I did enjoy Joe random yelling of colors. It was a good good moral support because I was like, green. What could I do with green?
Yeah, this is very fun. And
one of my friends
I'm excited to play
naturally hoards coins in Kalis.
Oh yeah, we gotta play Kalis. I don't think Kalis would be great at 2 players. I would want to play it with 3 or more. But oh, we got a new follow, Dutch Yoda.
Dutch Yoda!
Oh my god.
Did you hear us talking about your emotes? Because that's what we were doing a couple minutes ago.
I hope you're still here. We missed it 6 minutes. All right. So we do analog alerts here, Dutch Yoda. So this is oh
my gosh.
There was a green screen he was gonna go to, then I realized we're in the wrong scene for that. This is Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. He comes out and lets people know that, thank you for the follow. I was digging up a stone today and it was glowing. Made my hands feel tingly and I feel kind of powerful now. I don't really know how to describe it, but might have to see a doctor. I hope it turned me into superhero. I'm not entirely sure. I'm a scientist, so I don't believe in that crap.
Whoa!
Thanks for the follow. Anyways, I just wanted to stop by and say thanks for the follow. Talk to you later.
If you want another player, I could call in. Ooh.
Oh yeah. We have the new version of Kalis, the 1303, I think.
This
but
term means nothing to me.
Some of her most devious moves I've ever seen her do were in Kalis. Vengeful moves, maybe is the better way to describe it.
I feel like we've already said this on the stream, so we need to not be. I feel like we're becoming like an old couple that just repeats the same stories.
We can repeat the same story because there might be new people here.
That's true.
No.
But thank you everyone for joining us. We're gonna look and see who is still streaming. The raid button has been kind of fiddly lately. I haven't heard your stories yet. Oh, well, Joe, get ready for some. We definitely... So this is a 30-minute game. I feel like an hour of this, hour and a half, was our random stories. Good night, Jassar. So stay tuned if you want some more stories.
Oh, no one is on that we follow, so we will need...
If anyone has a suggestion,
please,
you can look around.
Let us know. Otherwise, we're just gonna find someone randomly on Board Game Twitch.
There's a rerun. Oh, there's someone playing Moonrakers.
Oh, what?
Or Lego Mario, but they're just playing Mario. They're building Legos.
Is that a board game?
No, or I don't know if it's a board game. I'm not sure.
Maybe Moonrakers?
Yeah.
I really do enjoy Moonrakers. So who's that? Table Terror.
I see Eat
to Surf. Great. We'll raid them. Because, yeah, I don't know.
Oops.
Eat to...
Legends, how many people do you follow?
Oh, they're doing D&D. All right, here we go. Let's give them all a good welcome. We'll check them out here.
Thanks for the suggestion, Legends.
Yeah, thanks for the suggestion. And we are heading out. Oh, the button appears over here now. Here we go.